What's going on, you brothers? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, back again for yet another classic live stream. Before I say any further words, how's my audio coming, brothers? Am I coming in loud, clear, and concise and crisp? Please press a one in the live stream chat. How is my audio? Okay, press a one in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear, brothers. Okay, let's get it, man. So awesome. So Mr. Conrad Grant, Random Inc., Mike Lawrence, Cleve Hell, thank you very much for confirming, brothers. Fantastic. So, brothers, welcome again to another classic live stream. This time we'll be speaking about Vietnamese women. But I want to say a huge thank you to those who have supported the channel for almost 10 years now. I've had it for 9 years now. So thank you very much for the support over the past few years, sorry. And of course, welcome aboard the new people, new subscribers, new viewers. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. First and foremost, as soon as you come in, please hit the like button, okay? Please super chat and cash app throughout this evening. Every donation matters to keep this channel running. Time is money, and I spend a lot of time on this channel, so please support financially when you can, brothers. And of course, make sure you subscribe to my new YouTube channel, which is pinned on the live stream chat. Special announcement: I will be traveling very soon. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you, brothers, what country. You know, I'm not going to tell you yet. But I'll be posting clips and vlogs from this channel and vlogs of my channel of myself traveling on the new channel. So make sure you subscribe to that new channel. Okay, awesome. So welcome, brothers, again for another classic. This time about Vietnamese women. I have a very special guest with me called Mr. Peabody. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, brothers? How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing
Oh,
fantastic, brother.
good.
So, brother, do you mind giving us a brief intro as to who you are, where you're from in America, and anything special about you, brother?
Okay, nothing really too special about me. Just same as last time. I'm a brother that just ran around. I'm from Brooklyn, ran around Southeast Asia. I tried to live overseas, um, and I traveled through Southeast Asia before I stayed in Thailand. I was over there for about 2 months while I was going to teach. So I did Singapore. The plane landed in Japan, and then I did Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and then Thailand finally. Before I like really kind of sprained my ankle really bad, and I was gonna visit China and Japan, but the the difference in culture at this stage of my life was too much for me. So I'll figure I'll try it later on. But I'm glad I went over there, so I learned exactly what I need to now live over there.
Awesome. Fantastic, brother. Fantastic. So happy that you're on this channel. And so Vietnam, let's get straight into it, brother. Um, where in Vietnam did you visit? Was it the capital or was it multiple cities?
No, it was just the capital of Ho Chi Minh because I was only there a week.
Ho Chi Minh.
10 days,
Fantastic,
10
brother.
days. I believe I was there 10 days. 10,
Okay,
8 days. Sorry, 8 days.
fantastic, bro. Fantastic. So my first question to you, brother, is the money making golden question. Are the women in Vietnam checking heavy for brothers? Break it down for us, bro.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I never want to sound like a broken record, but again, they are checking for who's there, which is why, we got brothers like you doing this channel. Um, they're not outwardly, going to where there are black men because, to be honest, there's hardly any black men there because we don't travel like that. Normally, as Americans, but especially as brothers, more of us are traveling, but they don't see too many of us. So it is kind of, eyebrow raising when they do see us. And, as far as checking for us, where we are exposed, they'll see us. So if you go to a part again, like last week, it's a look that's a little more westernized. Um, they'll be open to you. So a bar where Westerners visit, maybe the girl is a little more up to date with what's going on, or maybe more open. to dating outside her race. But they definitely will be checking for brothers the more we go. So
Okay. Why do they check for brothers? Is it the swag? Is it the
it's
skin
it's
color? Is it
it's
the
different.
tallness? Okay.
It's different. From the videos that I've seen, from talking to people, um, just it's different, and they realize that they're very different from their parents. They're not far removed from the Vietnam War, and they don't really they're not far removed chronologically, but they don't really know about that.
Mm.
So they growing up in the era of internet and hip hop and big screen TVs and all of the stuff that we have in the Western world. So they're exposed more to us. So yes, a lot of people, it is maybe the swag that they may see in rap videos, or many of them are basketball fans. Basketball is really big in Asia, but that's another reason why you know brothers travel, and why you doing what you doing, because when you go over there, you can't even get mad when they stereotype you. If there's a bunch of Asian kids that want to play basketball, they definitely want to pick you because they think that black people know how to play basketball. So
Okay.
again, it's different. It's obviously you'll stand out if you're taller, because most of them are under 6 feet. It's not really a characteristic of many Vietnamese to be tall, and yeah, just mainly being different and being American, because we're stereotyped to have money and to have a good life.
Fantastic, bro. So let me ask this, brother.
Yeah.
So, and it's in regards to the Vietnam War. So we know that Black American men did great things for Vietnamese people in the Vietnam War. Um, is that taken into account as to why they also check for brothers heavy, as to because of what Black American men did in the Vietnam War? Break it down for us, bro.
No, they won't. You're a Westerner first before you're a Black American guy. And again, because the generation that we're talking about, under 40, especially under 60, when you go over there and you see a 24-year-old or 23-year-old cute Vietnamese girl, you got to remember she was born in the year 1999. Like, she has no memory. She has no That's learned about in history class like the rest of us. So as far as that, they don't really know too much. It's very well told, and the Vietnamese have no problem letting you know that when you go over there, they beat us in a war. They don't have no problem letting you know that, but they're more so checking for foreigners because, again, it's different. It's not so much I'm checking for you because you're a black guy. And the war, they're very appreciative of what Americans
Sorry, bro.
have
Your
done,
voice is
but many
coming
of
in.
them. What happened?
I think your are you too close to your mic? Sorry, bro. Your
Oh,
voice
I'm
is
sorry, I
changing.
was a little too close. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Where you were before starting from the stream.
Okay, is it better now?
Much better, yes. Carry on,
Okay.
bro.
So yeah, they it's the war can bring up a lot for Vietnam, for the Vietnamese. It can be good or bad. You don't want to bring that up if you really don't know anything about it, because you can run into a historical, a young lady who's very traditional, and then all of a sudden she brings up her family and where they came from, and they have maybe suffered through horrors that you don't know about because you weren't even around in the Vietnam War. So that's not a subject that you just want to bring up.
Okay. Thank you, bro. So my next question for you, brother, is all right, so where are the best places to meet Vietnamese women that are checking for brothers specifically? Break it down for us, bro. The names of the places, where to go to. Give us the whole 9 yard, bro.
I didn't When I was in Vietnam, this wasn't my uh I didn't do too much hanging out. So I'm sorry, brothers, if you were looking for any dirty little secrets, but I went more so to um the sites of the war. Again, I will say places that have been visited by Westerners. So that way you can get a sense of who the people are. Now, if I would say the bars. You can definitely check for the bars. Um, to check for Vietnamese girls that are there and they're used to Westerners. Because if you're just to put it, bring it home, if you're there for that, then don't try to check for a traditional Vietnamese woman in in the rice fields or in the country part. If you're there for that, go there for that. But I would just say the bars. That's where more Americans are exposed. The War Memorial, the Vietnam War Memorial. That's where a lot of Americans go. That's where a lot of Vietnamese work. That's where you'll find a lot of them. Anything that has to do that intertwines Vietnam and American history. So, especially the war is the big thing. But any museums, when Westerners go over there, they go to visit the museums and to see a Vietnamese history. So the Natural Museum of History, again, the War Memorial, which is I would advise everybody to go to. It's 4 floors of awesomeness, but at the same time, bring a tissue because you might end up crying. It's real. Um, but
Okay,
if you're there for that, then go to the bars.
fantastic, bro.
And
Now,
also if you happen to get a nice Vietnamese when you're in the hotels. The hotel manager, if the girl who works there is Vietnamese, then you'll probably see her more than anyone because she's always in and out your room, cleaning your room every day or every other day. So you may be able to, because at that point she knows exactly what it is. You're there on vacation. She knows why she's waking up in your room. She knows you're not going to be there for a while, so there's no expectations of you to form a whole relationship.
fantastic, bro. Okay, awesome. Next question for you, brother, is when you were out there in Vietnam, were pros a problem? Women who sell box. Was that a problem there amongst the women there in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh?
No, it wasn't really a problem because it's not like there's a district. I didn't see the district. Um, I didn't visit the district, but there's definitely a place out there for women who do that. And it's more so on the low where Westerners are because that level of tourism is known out there in Southeast Asia. They just can't let it be known as that. But people know you can go over there and get that with a handful of dollars and then do what you need to do. But that's what's at that in that area. You can't just again go to some traditional place and expect to do the same thing.
That's great, bro. Fantastic. So next question now, brother, is when you were out there in Vietnam, was feminism a problem there amongst Vietnamese women in any shape or form?
No, no, they're very from what I've seen in my encounter with them and speaking with them, they're very traditional. Um, Especially the ones in Hanoi because it's closer to China, so they're more traditional. The more that the Vietnamese are exposed to Westerners in maybe in that particular area, just like in Thailand and they may be traditional, but in Bangkok they're way more westernized. So in Vietnam they're very traditional. I didn't see anything about feminism because we know besides feminism, we tend to think of, just loud women who are bumping their fist and demanding equality. It's certain characteristics that go with it that I didn't see any part of that in Vietnam. So,
Mm,
the pink hair, all like a lot of Asian women, if you notice, even the videos that you watch or the women you talk to have long hair. That's
mm.
part of femininity that they believe in. Uh, they don't mark their bodies up with tattoos and piercings and bull rings, things like that. You won't see that. You'll also see many of them in skirts, not short skirts, but skirts that at least hit the knees.
Mm.
Um, you'll see them in shoes. You will see them just not speaking loud. Being I would say sort of shy, but just to themselves. Quiet because they know they grew up in a house where um it's not looked up on to be loud and to be out there and to be seen.
Wow, incredible. Brothers, I have slept on Vietnamese women. What I'm hearing so far is amazing. And brothers, we go get the likes up, man. Okay, if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. Okay, I will greatly appreciate you if you support this channel. Likes are free. Make sure you send through the super chats and cash apps. Join the Patreon Diamond tier. Subscribe to my new channel too. Support, support, support. Okay, get those likes up, please. Thank you. Wonderful, brother. I'm hearing golden intel so far. Next question for you, brother, is I love that peanut butter brown skin, okay? Not only on a black woman, but on Asian woman too, okay? That tan brown skin, all right? So hold on, bro. So Vietnamese women, are they good looking in the face and body wise? And can I get that peanut butter brown skin in Vietnam, bro? Break it down for me, brother.
They, as far as bodies go, they don't eat what we eat. You'll tend to see more round Vietnamese women where there's more fast food. You go down to Ho Chi Minh, you see your Starbucks and McDonald's. They tend to look a little more plumper, but normally their bodies aren't like that. So they don't have that round end that brothers tend to like, because if you've stayed anywhere in Southeast Asia, you notice the fridges are really small. So they don't eat the crap that we eat that makes them more engorged. Let's just say that. Um, and as far as skin, the brown skin, I found this a little weird. And again, I wouldn't say it's race based. I would say it's more status and culture. So we know in Black America, the darker you were, the more you were a field slave. In Vietnam, one of the problems I found that I would always, because I know a lot of brothers use cocoa butter. We use cocoa butter on our skin. It was very difficult. It was actually almost impossible to find lotion with cocoa butter in it, because what is known is they use a lot of lightening cream to lighten their skin,
Mm,
because it's seen as a status symbol. When you're lighter, it's not like they're saying, oh, you have darker skin, you're this word, but it's seen as, I have lighter skin, I have the money to stay in the house, that sort of way. And if you have darker skin, you're poorer. And so I want to be seen as wealthier. So I'm going to have lighter skin. So when I went over there, I would have, it was easy to find lotion in the store, but I would be ashy again, because, like I call them, 4 shower a day countries. I done took my third shower because it's 95 degrees with 90% humidity, and I'm still ashy because their lotion doesn't do anything, but I can't find cocoa butter nowhere. And all of
okay.
their creams have lightning cream in it. So, you know, that was but many of them are uh darker, especially in the southern parts, closer to Malaysia, closer to the equator. They definitely are darker.
Facial wise, what about looks? Are they beautiful women in general in terms of their face, bro?
You know, I found them very attractive. What I found, what was attractive about them was more so the femininity. Like when
Mm,
guys say, when Uncle Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, when he stated men will go down in looks to go up in cooperation.
mm.
That was very profound, because you could see a woman who's a 10 and go, oh my God, but if she has a nasty, unfeminine, masculine attitude, you're like, no way. Guys will deal with a 6 or a 7 if she's a feminine woman. And that's what it is in these feminine countries with these women. You go over there and you see she has on a skirt. You see she crosses her legs when she sits. She has her own hair. She doesn't have tattoos or any bull nose rings or eye rings or long nails and anything. And you like that. That's the biological part of you that kicks in, that goes, wow, she really likes being a woman. Okay, now I need to be more masculine. So I
Ah,
like that. She may not be a 10 in the face. Let's say she's an 7, an 8 in the face. Men tend to be very logical and will go, well, you know what? She likes to be a woman. She wants to be traditional. She cooks and cleans. So, the chart goes up. Well, her looks, that goes down, but over the long run, I want a woman who's traditional, who will be a great mother, and who likes being a mother, who likes being a woman. Therefore, she will win out.
Fantastic, man. That's beautiful right there. I love that statement when, you know, men will go down in looks to go up in cooperation. Facts, bro. You know, that's what men need, and that's what these West women don't understand. Give us femininity, give us cooperation, give us inspirational values, and we'll wife you up. Wonderful, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
well, you would think you would think it would be that easy. Like men, this is what's funny about your channel, all of Red Pill channels, every channel that's out there. We're literally giving modern day women the blueprint on how to get a man, like how to get a guy. It's the easiest thing, and yet many of them won't do it, and then they're surprised when they get older. Like Father Time and Mother Nature, that's the ultimate tag team. They never lost, and they're not going to lose. So you play around if you want to. You grow older every day.
Fantastic, bro. So next question for you, brother, is language. Do they speak English out there in Vietnam, the women, or do we have to learn Vietnamese to communicate with them? Break it down for us.
It's always good to learn another language. Or again, it's always good to at least learn a few words to go out there because you're obviously an American. Any dark skinned brother walking around, you know, maybe they may think you might be African until you open your mouth, but more than likely they're going to know you're an American. Um, and it's good to know the language. So learn it if you can, or at least learn a few words. But
But
Vietnam, their economy is their economy is doing well. The economy, from last that I spoke to a gentleman who was living over there. He was a white American but living over there. They were building a railroad, and I'm saying all of that to say that because their economy is coming up, they speak a lot of English because the money comes with the Westerners. You
mm,
know, they may want to open a business there, or at least they can tax the Westerners more than they will tax their own people. So many of them do speak English because they're used to the Westerners as far as business goes, or they're used to the Westerners vacationing. Because it's also a country, like if you do it the way I did, it's a country on your way up. So I started at Singapore, and then I did Malaysia, and then further up was Vietnam. Then I think to the east is Cambodia, I believe. I'm not looking at a map. You know, and then Laos and Thailand is there, then China's further up, then Japan. You know, you can do it like that or start at the north and work your way down. Either way, because it's in the middle, um, they're used to people, quote unquote, passing by, you know, which is another thing you have to look out for because, you know, when you hand in your passport, they want to know why you're there, what are you doing there, and where you're going next, because they know people are there for that sort of um, bareback tourism. So they want to make sure that you're not just passing through, doing what you're doing to our women, and then going to another country in the South doing that.
fantastic, awesome, bro. Brothers, let's get the likes up, brothers. Okay, hit that like button. Okay, we have over 100 people watching. Can we get to at least 90 likes? Come on, man. Support the movement. Hit the super chats. Hit the cash app to support what I'm doing. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you, brothers. So, next question for you, brother, is so um, are there any other of races of women out there in Vietnam? White women, black women, Latina women, or is it mostly and strictly only Vietnamese women?
Mostly Vietnamese women. People, as I stated last week, people travel where they can work. So you do see other cultures there as far as work reasons. That's why many of these countries have strict uh, visa entry or stay requirements because people come there and maybe tend to get lost in the system and they really don't want that. Um, so if you can identify what a Vietnamese person may look like, which not to sound racial, but let's just be honest, is very difficult. Um, so if you don't know, no, it's I personally, when I seen everybody I ran into, I was under the assumption 100% of people were Vietnamese, unless they were Chinese, because again, Vietnam is a little lower, so it's a little hotter, so the skin's a little darker, unless they use lightning cream. So I tended to you see the difference between Chinese, Japanese, and Vietnamese. and maybe Singaporean, but definitely Malaysian. But you would definitely be safe saying most are Vietnamese because they're very proud of their country, where they came from, where they are now, and where they're going. So you can stay safe. And if you don't know, please don't call a Vietnamese a Cambodian. You don't know what that person like. Definitely don't call them Chinese, and just say Asian. And then when they tell you where they're from, go off of that.
Fantastic. Awesome, bro. Great intel there. Next question for you, brother, is in terms of jealousy. So obviously, black men get play out there in Vietnam. Did you experience any sort of looks, any sort of animosity from the men there when women were giving you play, or brothers, or any other brother play? Any sort of jealousy from Vietnamese men?
I personally received, maybe a few uh off looks, from the men. And when you go out to eat, because it's like, what are you here for? And they don't know why you're there unless you open your mouth and speak. So if they speak clear enough English, and or you may know a few words in Vietnamese, that's your chance to break a barrier. You can let them know you're not here for bareback entertainment. You're here just to visit, to see the museum and things like that. Because they may think that you're there for that.
Mm.
Especially, like we stated before, a lot of white guys will come there for that. Um, so you just want to be able to communicate and let them know that you're there for their culture, to learn about them, learn about a few words, blah blah blah. And if you don't know what they're saying, well, they can just curse you out, and you be none the wiser.
Awesome. Um, so if you're, holding hands with a beautiful Vietnamese chick, right? You could get looks from, is it both men and other women, or mostly men who are thinking, what's he doing with her? What's going on here? Why is a black man with this beautiful Vietnamese chick? You know?
No, because a lot of people are people are like they're moving in Vietnam. They're going, they're working. Whenever you see these videos, you notice that people are maybe like the Vietnamese cuisine is good, but you always notice that people are working. Like there's always some Vietnamese lady behind one of these stalls and she's serving food. They work all the time. They don't really have a lot of time to sit there and just pay attention to other people, which is weird because I'm like, in our culture, it's like so many women are quote unquote fighting for equal pay, but you're always marching. Like, yo, don't you have a job? Like, how are you always in
Mhm.
the streets marching for something and you want equal pay? Tell your boss if you had a job that you want more money. So they're always working. They're always on the move, trying to be in unison, making their country better. So no weird looks or anything like that. And if you're on your purpose there, you're not really paying attention to that. Like, what are you going to get out of someone being mad at you? If you got your girl already, your wife or your girlfriend for the night, or even your girlfriend to be your wife, you're not really paying attention to another Vietnamese woman because um, they can be kind of jealous because they are traditional and they do move kind of fast on that traditional part. You
Mm.
can't ask for tradition and then be surprised when all that other stuff with traditionalism comes.
Fantastic. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Next question for you, brother, is let's see. So these women are traditional. Fantastic. Um, so you're telling me that if a brother has a Vietnamese girlfriend and he wants to get another girlfriend that's Vietnamese, or from a different race, that's going to be a problem to your main chick. She's not going to accept that.
No, that polygamy thing isn't really, no, having two. Mm-mm. I didn't speak with nobody, but from what I've read about it and the videos I've watched and just observing the people, I didn't see anybody with two chicks. It was always one guy, usually like a 70-year-old older Westerner white guy who's retired and he has his Vietnamese chick. You know, you do tend to see some brothers over there. I would say I seen you don't see a lot of us, but you do see more than you would think to be that far out of the United States or UK because of the Vietnam War. You know, because a lot of brothers did fight in that war. So, and more brothers are traveling. So you do see, you do see a fair share of brothers um over there.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, bro.
You
Next
really can't miss us. You know, if you're 6'2", you're gonna stand out.
facts. Next question for you, brother, is body count. Body count is extremely important to me. Ain't no way I'm wifing up a high body count chick. No, no, no. So can I find a virgin in Vietnam, or at least a woman with a very low body count? I'm talking one or two max, but preferably a virgin, bro.
Yes.
Oh, break it down.
I mean, they're traditional and um, they don't really feed into the whole modern day Western, you know, um, horizontal fun. They, because when you're traditional, like I said, I remember telling you guys this last week when I watched a story about the Vietnam War. And if you are with a woman and you meet her, you properly court her, meaning you guys go out and you can go for a coffee or for a walk. You know, if she's saying yes, then obviously there's some attraction. You go out, you tell her you like her, she likes you in whatever way you can communicate. And if you end up sleeping together, well, now it's like, okay, well, we did all of this. Now you my boyfriend. So
Ah,
like where are we going next? Like we need to move on this because I'm not trying to have babies after 30 because they value their youth and their purity or their virginity. They're not going to sit there and be like a lot of Western women and be like, oh, I could just have babies. Or I could just freeze my eggs. No, it's like I'm 26, 27, or 25. I'm getting close to it. So I need to start thinking about making a family now because because they're traditional and very family oriented. They're expected to keep the lineage going. So, you're not really going to we hear all the stories and all the names that's passed around for some Asian women after 30. It's a real big deal. So just
mm,
make sure that if you're over there for that kind of fun, you go where that fun is, and but don't think you're gonna go to a real traditional woman and be like, nah, I'm just over here for the weekend. Don't do that. Don't
good point
don't do
there.
it.
So let me ask this, brother. What percentage, in your opinion, of Vietnamese women are virgins?
Oh wow, this I can't. I honestly I can't even give you an answer on that. I mean, I would I don't know.
Okay,
I'm gonna be honest because I'm gonna sound like a fool giving you an answer.
fair enough. But if you can't find a virgin, you can at least find a chick with a
Yes,
very low body
you
count.
can find a traditional woman.
Low
Yes,
body count, yeah?
especially
One or
yeah,
two. Okay.
more to the north, I would say. And where there isn't much Western presence.
When you
So
say
good.
when you say more to the north, is that north of Vietnam or north of Ho Chi Minh?
North Vietnam.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, this is wonderful. Ooh, virgins, huh? That's what I like hearing. Fantastic, bro. Um, Next question for you, brother, is in your opinion, are Vietnamese chicks wifeable? If so, what wifeable qualities do they have, bro? Break it down for us. 'Cause I want to hold on, bro. I want a chick that can cook for me, that can bathe me, and then moisturize me, look after children, kiss me, all the time, love me, adore me. I want that. I want those wifeable qualities, bro, and that ties in towards femininity, and submissiveness. Do I get the whole package, bro, from a Vietnamese chick?
Yes. So here's the thing about those qualities. You will get those qualities in a feminine, a truly feminine or woman who's involved in her femininity, you'll get that from any any woman. I know we're talking about Vietnamese women now, but that's qualities in just feminine women in general. So when I talk to just a few feminine women in the West, those qualities that you're looking for, they do. I know it's weird to say, but they will do that here if you magically find that feminine woman that has all of those qualities. So that's not so much, you'll find more feminine women overseas. So that's why it seems like those loads of qualities are more overseas. Those qualities are in a feminine woman, period, to do. So if you found a really truly feminine woman in the US or the UK, you will find those qualities there as well.
Okay, fantastic, bro. So the Wifeable, wonderful. That's beautiful. That's great. That's fantastic. Next question for you, brother, is, in terms of how strong-willed they are. So if a brother, and brothers can get the super chats, throwing brothers in the cash apps too, support the movement, support the channel. If you have any questions, please cash app and super chat your questions. It's 15 over here in the UK. Again, another late night for me. So please support this channel and support this movement. And I'm saving lives here, okay? Awesome. So next question for you, bro, is, in terms of, if a brother goes to Vietnam, gets a chick there and marries her and brings her back to America, will she change her ways to American culture, or will she stick to Vietnamese culture, bro? How strong-willed is she against the brainwashing, the feminism, the "I don't need a man" BS, men ish nonsense we hear in the West, bro? Break it down, bro.
We always, as general, red pill community or whatever, we always don't advise for people to come back to the West. That's a running joke in the community and everything, but it's more so very serious. Um, but being that they are so traditional, they will definitely hold on. Excuse me. They will definitely hold on to their traditional roots here in America. People will inevitably change when they get around a new set. So if when I decide to go back to Thailand or wherever I go, I really would like to live in Cambodia. But if I go back over there, I have to get used to the fact that 95% of the apartments don't have a bathtub, or most don't have ovens, or the women, can be clingy after you do the deed, so you have to change to acclimate yourself to where you are. So they will change, but they will hold on to that tradition. So it's kind of a slippery slope, because you know that the person's going to change. You just don't want certain things getting in their head, as far as feminism and cutting your hair and being loud and getting tattoos and saying you don't need me now because now you make $90,000, you know, a year or
Facts.
whatever like that. But being the fact that they are so family oriented, it is less likely. But the problem is you're still rolling the dice. It's like I don't want to live overseas because I want the good things that we have over here. It's just I want to bring the woman over here and not have her mind over here. Like, if men could bring the physical woman over here, if men could bring the mind over here, if we could transfer Vietnamese women's minds and put them in American women mind, I think a lot of us would do that,
Yeah.
because it's just a lot of women in the West may have beautiful bodies, maybe their own hair, and go to the gym. And it's just that mindset of feminism that kills us. So it's
Mm.
like, if I could just duplicate a Thai or a Malaysian or Singaporean woman's mindset and stuff it in Keisha's or Becky's head, I think I'll do that.
Fantastic. So shout out to Mr. Dre Brion for the £8.62 cash app. Thank you, bro, for supporting the first brother tonight to support the movement and the channel, and of course the stream. Appreciate you, Dre Brion. Wonderful, brother. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to me, bro. Much love to you, brother, for the cash app. Thank you, bro. Next question for you, bro, is okay. So, you know, I want me a conservative chick, okay? And I know some brothers may take some, offense to that. I peak conservative. You want a Donald Trump chick? Yeah, you know. Why not? I want a chick that's conservative, that doesn't wear mini skirts, that doesn't show her chest, that, you know, loves the Lord, that's just conservative in general. Are Vietnamese women, are they conservative, brother, in your opinion? If so, why?
Because of the traditionalism,
Mm,
because of it kind of goes hand in hand. Like the few um, counties or the few states in here that you'll notice embraces conservatism also has traditional women, as traditional as they can be in the US. Um, but they try to hold on to that traditionalism. You'll definitely find that conservative family, male female dynamic. You're the provider, I'm the nurturer. Um, that's what you will definitely find over there. Just remember that you have to do your part. So when she's telling you, I'll be traditional, I'll be the wife, I'll cook and clean, and that's my job. I'm the mother and the nurturer. When it comes time to, I don't know, fixing the roof, she's expecting you to do that.
facts.
Carrying heavy bags, that's your job. Anything that we're used to as American men of women doing because of this equality stuff, they may not do. So,
Facts, bro. I just can't do liberal women anymore. Uh, I don't date them. Don't want to marry them. Don't want to be involved with them. I can't do liberal woman anymore. The pink hair, the piercings, you know, the just the liberal stuff. I'm not for it. I'm not a liberal. I'm a conservative brother. I want a conservative chick. If you're mad, you mad. Okay. And I want every brother on this platform to go after conservative chicks. Okay, they are wifeable. Awesome. So shout out to Mr. Johnny Walker for the $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. First super chat of the evening after 40 minutes. Come on, brothers, support me more. Appreciate you, Johnny. He says, keep saving lives, IP. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. He says, many thanks to our guests sharing his experiences. Can the guest comment on what extent Western media / influence has penetrated their airwaves? Great question, bro. Carry on, Mr. Peabody. Can you answer that, brother?
as far as the media has, it definitely has. As far as let me see, coming on the rest of the. For example, if you go to, there's always a class-based structure you will see in many societies, especially as they come up more. You will see the rich and where the poor live. I put uh, I took videos of along the one of the rivers in Cambodia of where the poor people live on boats. I put that on my Instagram, and then you also see where rich people live in this place called Diamond City. So they tend to replicate our poor and rich thing, especially because the country is coming up. Continually gets I forgot the word I'm looking for. I'm sure the brothers in the chat know. Um, they develop more. They develop more. Uh, so as far as like you'll go to, I believe Diamond City is in Vietnam. You'll see a lot of tall buildings in Diamond City. You'll see foreign. There's this street called. Oh crap! I can't remember because Vietnam has a lot of French history in it, and you will see a lot of the cities in Vietnam, the Diamond City, named after these French streets, and that's one thing that always threw me off. I'm like, I'm in Vietnam. Why am I seeing something named after a French avenue in France? So you will definitely see that, um, but you will also see the mixture of it because it's many people will find it. It's not impossible, but it's a little more because if America is leading this developed world as that's constantly pumped out into the rest of the world, then the rest of the world has to be more like quote unquote more like America. And a
Mm,
lot of the Vietnamese people will say, okay, well, if we're to get to the point where you have two 75-inch TVs in your house, or you have all of this expendable cash, then we have, not really knowing that most Americans are in debt, then we have to do what Americans do. So plus they may not be so proud of their past as far as, Vietnamese on Vietnamese crime, if you want to put it that way, the war that temporarily split their nation in half. So,
Okay.
but yeah, they have a lot. They definitely have a lot of French history in their past, and you'll see that in some of the cafes and the designs. Some of the buildings that are still there are really old, have French colonial architecture with it. So.
Okay. Thank you, bro. I hope that answers your question, Johnny Walker. Awesome, brother. Thank you for the support, bro. Shout out to the guest himself supporting the channel. Thank you very much, Mr. Peabody, aka OCGM, for the $5 super chat. It means a lot to me, bro. Thank you very much. He says, shout out to the entire platform and IP for doing this. Make sure you hit the like button and send him dollars. Yes, please, brothers, hit the like button. Show me support. Tomorrow we have an exclusive interview, a black man and his beautiful South Korean girlfriend. Okay, I had to make a lot of pull to get that interview done on this channel, man. I'm literally doing all I can for you brothers, man. So please support me, because tomorrow's gonna be a classic interview. What was that,
That's
bro?
one I want to see.
Yes, and she's pretty cute. You're gonna see how crazy this passport life is, man. I will not let you brothers down, but I need you to not let me down too. 8 years in this game, 9 years actually. So super chats, cash apps, like the video, join the Patreon, subscribe to the new channel, support me in any way possible. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay. Thank you again to our guest. So next question for you, brother, is,
so
are
can
there
I say
rich women out
one
there?
more thing, IP?
Of course, bro.
So just to jump off the subject you just said about tomorrow's video, when you brothers are watching that video, some of you may look at her. I don't know what she looks like or anything like that, but I'm just talking as a man. You may look at her and go, what does he see in her? Like, oh, like she's not attractive at all. But remember what Kevin said. Men will go down in looks to go up in cooperation. When she starts mentioning things that maybe she does for him, or how she sees him, or how the family that he wants, or however it works, that's how it works for them, and that's why he chose her.
Facts. Thank you for that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Next question for you, brother, is, are there rich women out there in Vietnam that you came
Yes.
across? Okay. And hold on,
Yes.
bro. And are they checking for brothers, those rich women?
They checking for rich men. They checking for rich men. You're a Westerner. It's unfortunately for many brothers, the lack of financial development within the community, or with us as a people around the world, or especially in America, our financial acumen, what we know about making money, how we make money, that's not really put over there. So brothers like you, Kevin, and Love Across Borders, all you brothers that's doing this, and all the brothers that's on this panel that's in the chat that work hard, save and invest, that's not put out there. So they don't know that. So when they see men with money, again, think of the history, Vietnam War, and what's put out there. And also numerically speaking, there's more white guys than there are brothers. So when they see people with money, they think, oh, the white guys got money. The same way, if you would ask me when I was 10 years old, yes, every Asian person knows karate. So when you go out there, they're not going to see a rich black guy. They know you black. They figured out you're not African. The stereotype may be that you have money because you're American, depending on how you dress, because it could be very obvious out there. Like out here, we don't want to seem rich. I know me personally, I wouldn't want to seem like I have a lot of money. I'll wear a shirt with a hole in it and sweatpants. If you out there and you driving Bugatti, or you driving a certain car, it's obvious you have money, and it's a very stark contrast, because you may see a car that's $100,000 drive past a road that has no sidewalks, and you're like, how is this it's that stark out there.
Okay,
So
awesome, bro. So if you're rich,
if you wanna
um,
act like you have money out there, you could go ahead, but you also will make yourself a target because if you out there and you got your money and you trying to get the women, oh, they'll act anyway that they need to, and they sure enough one. You don't remember. You may not know what they're saying. So that girl who looks classy may work for a guy, and she knows she didn't text him where you going and what hotel. So just be careful.
okay, awesome, bro. Fantastic, fantastic. Um, Next question for you, brother, is religion. So, what religion are Vietnamese women out there? Is it mostly Christian or is it Buddhism?
Buddhism plays a heavy influence. I would say mostly Christian. I didn't really get too much into that. I don't really want to speak on that. Anybody else knows they can.
Okay,
From what I see, many mostly were Christian, but there's a heavy Buddhist Indian influence all throughout Southeast Asia. You'll notice that in the temples. A
okay,
lot of people have mixed ancestry again because of the Vietnam War. So you'll see a lot of Vietnamese women walking around with kids that, you could tell, well, the baby doesn't fully look Vietnamese and she may have a white grandfather, because of the Vietnam War, because there was a ton of race mixing over there. We already know what the men did, and you could look up, read about that. So I would stick with uh, Buddhists mostly, uh, but these are great questions that I didn't really ask. Um, but if I go back over there, I'll definitely dig in.
did you come across half black, half Vietnamese chicks in Vietnam?
I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
I I personally I did not.
What
I did
about like,
see I did
go on.
see maybe one or two black chicks though.
Oh
I don't
no,
know if they
no,
were.
you're good.
Yeah, most of them. Oddly enough, most black chicks that I've seen when I was running through Southeast Asia were from Europe. Like they weren't American black because Europe. You Europeans are known to have way more passports and travel more. So when you go over there, you see a black person. Like when I was in Singapore, I seen a brother, and we just looked at each other, and we was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I swear to God, he was from the UK, and he could not believe that Americans don't travel the way they do. He said he travels all the time because many of those European countries are landlocked, and in Southeast Asia, you can fly from one country to another in an hour and a half. So you can get to where you go. America's like, besides Mexico and Canada, we're siphoned off from the world.
Okay, let me ask this, brother. What about like half Japanese, half Vietnamese, half South Korean, half Vietnamese, half East
Uh,
Asian, half Vietnamese? Did you see that
man,
out there?
man, listen, I didn't see any of that, and if it was there, I did not know
Okay,
because that is a mixture I wouldn't know what would look like, and because I got the overall sense that many, um, especially the lower class, I could say, or the workers, didn't really like the Chinese because there's a lot of Chinese money down there. Uh, I wouldn't ask. If someone doesn't like the Chinese, I wouldn't dare say, "Hey, are you half Chinese?" That would, after that experience with that Cambodian and that tuk, I was not trying to call anybody mixed or any Chinese with any Chinese or Japanese. I don't know how many of them feel about the other country, but everybody has their own airspace and everybody's very traditional. This goes into what we were all talking about the entire time. They're traditional, conservative, so they hold on to their country. So there's a huge difference between the Vietnamese tradition and a Japanese tradition. If you don't know, don't say anything. Just say Asian.
awesome. Thank you, bro. Next question for you, brother, is in terms of social media. When you were out there, brother, was Instagram, was Facebook, was Twitter, was that a problem amongst the Vietnamese women, like we see in the West, or was that not a factor?
Not a problem, but everybody was on their phones out there. Everybody, especially in the more developed parts of Vietnam. If you go to Ho Chi Minh, the world is small right now. The world is incredibly small. And for Western men, meaning UK, French, USA, for Western men who like Asian women, there's websites for that. And they know that, you know, a 22-year-old Vietnamese woman know that she can make a few dollars talking to Western men. So, you know, everybody was on their phone out there, especially the youth. There was this one video I was watching, besides me being out there, there was this one video I was watching, and every single woman and guy was just walking on their phone. Like, many of these people, this is only 1 or 2 generations of the internet. Like, think about it now. Like, we've had really, really fast, good internet, maybe 15, 20 years. I'm talking about the whole US, maybe 15, 20 years. After 56K. So, you know, if they're getting it just in the last 10, then somebody who was 10 years old is now 20. It's a thing over there. Everybody has a phone, and that's how they connect with what else is going on. Because if you're traditional and you have a mother and a father and you go to school and you're supposed to meet this nice Vietnamese kid, and all your friends have their phones and you have your phone, and they're like, oh, I just met this nice black chap from the UK. He has a great website. He has international passport website, and he's really nice, and I want to talk to him. Her friends also want to see what that's about. You come with different money, and not only that, they can get out of their neighborhood. So it opens up a whole new can of worms when they're all on their phone. I would think most of it is good. The older generation may say some of it is bad. Also, I seen this once when I was over there. The pretty Vietnamese women know they're pretty. You will see them taking photos of themselves, like women of all cultures. They know the hierarchy, and you will see them taking pictures in front of certain statues to post. So Facebook, Instagram, all of that is out there, because they also want to connect with maybe that Western guy that fetishizes Asian women, or just their friends. You know, they make friends in all these other countries. If their mother has to go to Singapore to make more money, well, she's picked up some Singaporean contacts.
Awesome. Thanks, bro. Shout out to Mr. Johnny Walker for supporting the channel for the second time tonight. Johnny Walker, appreciate you for the support. Thank you, bro. It means a lot to me. Much love to you, brother. He says, of all the Southeast Asian countries the guest has been to, can you list the top 3 that were the most receptive to him in terms of getting to know him, both the men and women there? Great question, bro. Go on, brother.
I would say Cambodia, Vietnam, and Thailand last. Singapore seemed very, because I believe it's because there's so much money in Singapore and they're doing so well. I'm not going to say stuck up, but they seem very cold. You know, like when I went to Paris, they just seem cold. One trait that I've noticed when I travel is the more, hate to say it, but the less developed the nation is, the more friendly, the more welcoming. So, for example, the reason why I put Thailand last is when I landed in Thailand, again, each country has their own airspace. So they want to take your copy of your passport and know where you're staying. They took a picture of me, my passport, and my SIM card. So I had to get a new SIM card. They took a picture of that, wrote down that number, took a picture of me and my passport. And I was just like, they didn't do this in Vietnam or Singapore. So they definitely, I would put Cambodia first. That's why I'm big on Cambodia. And then Vietnam. Because also it seems more when the country's when it's developing more, you have, for me, I like to see not only the finished product, but I also like to see the development of it. So when you see a country going through what Vietnam is going through, and then you see where they're going and where they've maybe in 20 years, you could go, wow, I visited there. And I remember when there was no rail here. Now they have a railing not far. You can see all of the construction going on in Cambodia because they're maybe behind Vietnam.
Awesome. All right, thank you, bro. Great question, Johnny Walker. Appreciate the support again. Thank you, bro. Next question for you, brother, is in terms of clubs and bars. You know, was that the best place to meet Vietnamese women, or one of the best places, or do we avoid that scene to meet women at all?
If you're over there for a week, if you're just running through Southeast Asia, that's the easiest place to meet Vietnamese women. You're a Westerner, let's just get the obviousness out the way. Now, for the brothers in the chat, I don't drink. I stopped drinking about 10 years ago. And I was really happy I did, because I'm not going to lie, if I still drank and ran through Southeast Asia, they probably would have picked me out of the ocean. Like, it's just, booze was just so cheap there. It was just so cheap, and it was just everywhere. Plus the hotels I stayed in had that. But I would say it's definitely easier to meet Vietnamese women where there are bars, and they know what you may want. Some of them may be down for that. Most aren't, so it's not good to stereotype them for that. If you want to just meet and communicate with a Vietnamese female, one thing that I don't hear a lot of people saying is, the hotel manager. Those women over there work. So when you go to a stall, you're going to be running into the same. You may find a woman who makes, I think it's called banh mi, really, really well. And you're going to go to that stall every day. And because it's cheap, she may have a breakfast menu and a dinner menu. You go there every day. So you may see her every day. That's your communication. The hotel manager, the woman who cleans your room, that's your connection right there. For good or for bad. They may be able to talk to you every day, depending on how long you're there. If you're just there for women and to get laughs and pretty girls in front of your face and skirts, go to where the bars are. Don't lie to yourself when you're over there. Don't try to tell yourself, oh no, I'm trying to be the nice guy. I'm trying to be traditional. If you're over there for a wife, don't go to the bars. If you're over there for fun, go to where the women are there to have fun. You don't look for a wife in a bar.
Awesome. But in general, is the nightlife in Vietnam vibrant as
yes.
as Thailand? Okay.
Yes, it is. They the tourist money is really big in Southeast Asia. So many people know what people want, and they'll see, okay, Thailand is doing this, they're building this, let me build this. For example, I just seen a video where Thailand is building a new club. I don't know whether it's geared toward rock or whatever, but they're building a new club somewhere, and it's more expensive. So, because everybody went down a walking street in Thailand. So if you build a more expensive club and Westerners are going because it's still cheaper than Western clubs, Vietnam's next. They will build Western clubs to get that Western money, because tourism is really big.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. I've got a super chat here. Thank you to Mr. Kirk 2019 for the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Second time, brother supported the live stream today. I appreciate you, Mr. Kirk. Thank you, brother, for the $5 super chat. I've always been interested in making and acting in my own films. Is there a suggested way to go about that in Asia, e.g., Thailand, Korea, Japan?
I don't know anything about films or connecting about that. I didn't speak on that, so I don't know. If you want any advice as far as just making connections, go to where there's a nice mixture of, whatever country you're from, but Westerners, let's say, Westerners and Thai people, or Westerners and Korea, such as Busan, or maybe in Haneda in Japan, or wherever main city in Japan is where there's a lot of Westerners. And because if you're trying to get your Western point across, we see exactly what happens with China, with the movies. Maverick made all that money and it didn't even open up in China because of the Taiwan situation. So, go to where there's a nice mix. That's all I can say about that. I don't really know anything about movies or make a connection, so I don't want to give you any bad advice.
That's cool. All right, thanks, bro. Thank you, Mr. Kirk 2019. Appreciate you, bro. What kind of films do you like making, bro? Since you mentioned Asian films, is it like the hold on, bro? Hold on, bro.
That's the clue, RP.
Hold on,
Read
bro.
the first title. Read the first title. We know what kind of movies he want to make.
Yeah.
Read the first title. Making and acting in my own films.
I thought the brother wanted to make films like The Raid 1 and 2, those martial arts Southeast Asian films from Indonesia. Good films, by the way. But if you're on that time, bro, I don't know about that, bro. Shout out to Mr. Cut 2019. Thank you, bro. So next question for you, brother, is online dating. Did you use it out there in Vietnam?
No.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
I knew that I didn't get lucky. Let's put it that way. I didn't get lucky out there. There were I was in all the other countries, so it wasn't really, again, at 40, it's not really a big of a deal as it would have been at 25 for me or 24. So for the brothers in the chat, certain ages, your priorities may be different. So no, I didn't,
Okay, thank you, bro. Next question for you, brother, is STI, STD rates in Vietnam amongst women. Is it high there? Did you do any research about that at all, brother? And how clean are they? Did they take that seriously there in Vietnam?
For the women that are engaged in that, and it's known that they're engaged in that, unless it's really skanky, they take protections for that. But I didn't do any research about that. I wouldn't know any numbers, but I would say where you go, please wrap it up, because you don't want to go over there and try to be, I'm just here for some fun, and I was drunk that night and she came over, and then she finds you online because you were with somebody else, and then she has a baby, and now you're, I don't know what situation would be next. Where you just don't put yourself in that situation, man. Wrap it up and just don't even play.
Awesome, thank you.
But
bro.
I didn't do any research, any numbers. That can be done, by anybody. So again, I'm not here to give any brothers any false information. These are just my experiences, and just to make sure, so you brothers can know traveling is worth it, and the world wants to hear your stories. So when you go over there, thanks to IP and everybody else, make sure you talk to the people.
Awesome, thank you, bro. Shout out to Intellect for the $5 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the support. Appreciate you, brother. He says, from Seattle, I can tell you that Vietnamese ladies are nice and are willing to get down with the brothers. They are typically slim, petite to my fave. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Intellect, why are they checking for brothers out there in Seattle? I thought that was a white boys hub, where he just gets all the Asian girls from what I've heard. But break it down for me in the live stream chat. Okay, bro? Thank you, bro. Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Kirk 2019 for the $5 super chat again. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Let's keep it clean, IP and guest. Smiley face. I'm interested in sci-fi films, action films, westerns, etc. I'm also writing scripts and pro stories. Oh, awesome, bro. Fantastic, bro. I'm into films big time as well, brother. So reach out to me on IG, bro. We can speak about films. I know my films very, very well. Don't be surprised, brothers. I do know my films very well. I love films. So reach out to me, bro, on IG, and let's speak about films and all that jazz. Okay, appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Next question, brother, for you is: are Vietnamese chicks materialistic? Do they want the Gucci bag, the Prada bag, Armani, Amiri?
The rich ones do. The rich ones, the majority of the population, no. The more westernized they become, they'll know the difference, because those are a lot of Western brands that are known. But The rich ones definitely know the difference. The rich area is known, and you will see all of those brands out there. So when you go out there, you'll see the quote unquote nice areas with all of that. But as far as, you're 25, she's 24, 25, this again ties into traditionalism. If she just wants, she likes you, she finds, you mating up, then no, that whole buy me, what our women will say, is not a thing over there. Because think about it, you got her by going for a walk, by buying pizza or coffee. That right there says a whole lot as far as where you can go. There's a lot of videos that Mr. Zoom Tribe did, Zoom to Thailand did, and you can see a lot of the videos where if you go out there and you buy a skirt, it may be way cheaper for you, but it may be something nice for them because it's the thought that counts, and that's what really matters. Now, if you go out there and you have serious American money, your dividends are pulling in, and you pick up a woman outside the Chanel store or on that block, there's a huge chance she's not going for that $10 skirt that you picked up for the girl at the bar or something like that. That's just not realistic. You walk in that block, expect to pick up that kind of women.
Facts, bro. You're from New York, right?
Yeah, so it's not like you're gonna find here in New York. You see poor people on the Upper West Side on 86th Street right outside the building. You're not really gonna see that out there because tourism is so big. They'll shoo them away. Like, go somewhere else. If I want to see poor people, I don't want to go to Vietnam to see that. I could see that right outside Times Square.
Hey, brother, I'm just out of topic here. You sound a bit like Chris Rock.
Well, I mean, that's the truth.
Oh,
when you go out there.
Sorry, bro. I mean, in terms of your accent, man, you sound a bit like Chris Rock, man. I'm thinking, am I speaking to Chris Rock or am I speaking to my guest here?
Yeah. It's definitely pick up the. Don't try to go into the Chanel store out there and think you're gonna pick up a woman she may be traditional. You may think, oh, okay, but she knows that you can afford Chanel. Chanel isn't known around the world as a mediocre thing. He has money. You automatically showing that it may be a poor girl, like in the US, for example. A lot of the women that work in these stores can't shop in these stores. So you may see a bad Keisha and she works in, let's say, I don't know, Chanel. You shopping in there once a month and you talking to her, there's no possible way she's going to think you don't have money.
Yeah.
So you going to pick up a poor girl, try to pick her up doing poor stuff.
Thank you, bro. Shout out to Chris Rock there for that intel. I appreciate you, bro. The next question for you, brother, is, what are the bad parts about Vietnamese women? Obviously, not all women are perfect. It could be an attitude problem. It could be maybe even a hygiene problem. Hygiene is surprisingly a problem amongst, many women. There must be something that makes them not perfect in overall. And what is it, brother? Break it down for us.
Oddly enough, it's gonna sound weird, but the traditionalism that we crave comes in a form of clinginess. When the first time I've only been married once, but when I asked for traditionalism for my ex-wife, I got it. And it came in the form of a text every day at 3:00. What do you want for dinner? Now, a lot of people may go, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. But I'm tired. Just pick something, because I'm used to the American woman who will say, well, you're going to eat this. You don't like it, then you starve. But now I get a woman who asks me every single day, what do I want to eat? And like, don't you have any friends? Like, can't you go to the movies and hang out? Now she may have Vietnamese friends over there, but because now she's yours and you're hers, that traditionalism will kick in, and you may be sitting on the couch trying to watch a movie, and here she is. Oh, okay, now it's time to eat. There she is. Oh, okay, we're gonna. There she is, and you're like, oh, Jesus, just what now? So, but that comes with that traditional part of it. So I always warn brothers, as I had a quote unquote conservative slash traditional sort of woman here, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And if you're not used to it, it's gonna seem weird.
Okay, that's good there. Okay. I mean, I definitely want that full-on traditional woman, even if it's too much. I just want that, bro. I want that
Okay.
love. I want that text every day at 4 p.m. IP. Are you hungry? What do you want to eat? I want that, femininity. I want the whole nine yard, bro. So I'm used to it. So that's why I want that in my life. 365, 24/7.
You'll
Um,
definitely, if you get a traditional one, you will definitely get that. If you act, if she's acting feminine and you acting masculine, that's perfect. If the family accepts you, because family is huge. So don't think you just marrying a woman, you marrying a family.
yeah.
If a father's involved, you gonna get that full on traditionalism. So
Mm.
just be prepared to answer questions from the family too.
Good point there. Thank you, bro. Let me ask this, brother. Did women cold approach you in Vietnam, the Vietnamese woman?
No,
Okay.
no, I
Did
was
you?
always the first one to, again, which goes into the traditional part of it. I was always the first one to speak. Hi, my name is. At that point, you're American, so whatever. Once you open your mouth, whatever stereotypes they have of Americans or that they've seen on TV as black men, that's now flowing in their head. So when you start speaking, don't sound like a stereotype. Hi, my name is blah blah blah. Can I take you for a coffee? Because then that might be their experience that they have from now on with black people in real life. That they can
Hold up.
say, I met a black guy. His name was IP, and we talked and we went for coffee, and it was really nice. And he said that there's a lot of guys just like him that look like him in America, and I want to meet those guys because I'm open to um, marrying or dating interracially. My parents don't have a problem with it because they're young and involved in this modern era.
Hold on, brother. So, fantastic. So, are you telling me it's that easy to approach a Vietnamese chick? Hi, I'm IP. I think you look good. I noticed you walked past me. I had to speak to you. Are you free for coffee tomorrow or next week? Is that how it goes, brother? In terms of speaking to
No, I
them
mean
to
I
get that
put
date?
myself in a place where there are women. Like I didn't walk outside my hotel and the first woman I passed, I was like, "Hi, my name is," because you don't know that they can speak your language. Like that's that's another thing that kind of made me decide if I wanted to stay in that part of the world when I was over there. The
Okay.
language barrier. And people think, oh, I'll just learn the language and learn a few words. It gets tiring when you've been speaking English for 40 years and then you jump in the cab and say, oh, take me to the Mekong Delta, take me to the Vietnam War Memorial. And they still staring at you like you got six heads because they don't understand nothing you said.
Okay.
So
So,
you don't
brother.
even know if she speaks
So,
English.
so
So I'll put myself around where there are the thoughts of them speaking English. The chances are much higher. Hotels, the bar
okay.
scene,
So,
or
okay.
you know, go ahead.
The park. The park. Hotels,
The
bar
yeah,
scenes,
well,
the park.
yeah,
Where else,
if
bro?
yeah, the
Museums,
park,
the
yeah, the
gym.
museum. If the park is, because they also have we definitely need this in America. They have exercise parks out there where they just have the machines that's like it's a park, but they have the treadmill. They have a bike. It's like grounded into it. They have the pull-up bar. They have the machine that swings from side to side to work on your hips. That's how you see 117-year-old Asian women. They exercise and eat right all the time. So
Damn. Wow, this is awesome, brothers. This is another classic live stream, man. You're getting a lot of intel here, brothers. We're breaking down what you need to do specifically to actually have that cold approach scenario where you can speak to Vietnamese women directly. Brothers, man, so please support me, support the movement, cash app, super chats, support me any way you can. And like the video too, please, okay? So shout out to Mr. Raphael Taylor. for the $5 super chat. He says, "How is the music scene out there in the clubs and bars?" Asking because I DJ. Good question. Go on, bro.
Funny enough, I was always I don't know why I was surprised. Maybe it's because, for as open-minded as you try to be, you're an American, you had American brain and multimedia in your head for 40 years. I would see just, I'm in Vietnam, so I see Vietnam faces, and then Jay-Z would be on the radio, and I'm like, huh? So, hip hop is big over there. Like I think Japan has a very big hip hop scene, a reggae scene actually. But hip hop is big over there. That's known all around the world. You have to realize that, all of our rappers that we know back and front, they tour out there. I mean, even for example, Michael Jackson was massive in Japan and everywhere where he could perform. So clubs and bars, they definitely have a night scene out in Vietnam where they are dancing, and that could be your way into Vietnamese women. Because if you go out there and you say, okay, I'm just going to dance how I normally do, and you may do your two-step or you just dance, they then recognize you. Besides you being 7 inches taller than everybody, you may be able to be spotted. So,
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you, Raphael Taylor. Shout out to Intellect for the $10 super chat again, supporting the channel for the second time tonight. Thank you, Intellect, for your support. It means a lot to me, bro. Thank you. The city's demographics, largest minority in Seattle is Asian. The poor areas are often integrated, Black, Asian, and Latin. Middle and upper class Viets go for middle and upper class Black men. Interesting. Okay. So it sounds
yes.
like my Seattle brothers are eating quite heavily in Seattle. Wonderful to hear. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, because class status is big. They know, you stay in your class, which is the thing that I explained earlier with putting on a lotion with lightning cream in it. They know the difference. So you're not gonna see a poor Vietnamese. A lot of the stereotypes that we may have about some people are quote unquote true, like the whole Asian doctor baby. They start early. So you will they know. They know. So the brother's right. So they know.
They know, they know, they know.
They're not gonna pick
They
up
know, they know, they know.
Raheem from apartment 2A in the projects when they can get the black man who's wearing a suit and shoes and who walks down 86th Street every day because he drives a nice car. Their parents are traditional. So if you are gonna marry outside, don't because the fathers are involved. Because the women are smart enough to choose good mates from the beginning. So if
Mm.
the father is involved, you're not bringing me home just any Tyrone. Bring me a Tyrone and a tie. Bring me a Tyrone that has a 9 to 5 where you work and he works. Don't bring me
Yeah,
Tyrone with his pants sagging.
facts. Oh man, facts. Thank you, Intellect. Don't bring in no Tyrone with the pants sagging. That's facts, man. So next question for you, brother, is how should men dress out there in Vietnam? So do we come through wearing 5XL white tees, Echo jeans, 3/4 jeans, Jordans, Sean John jeans, red bandana and a New York Jets snapback throwback reminiscent of Cameron from Dipset? Or do we come through wearing a suit, casual clothing? How do we stand out to these women that, isn't too flashy, but we can still get women, checking us out by how we dress? Break it down for us,
If
bro.
if you're over 5'9", more than likely you're gonna be seen. Okay, that's the first thing. You're over 5'9", 5'10", you're gonna be seen. Two, if you're over that height and dark skin, doubly, you're definitely gonna be seen. But as far as dressing, you definitely be comfortable. Don't go to Southeast Asia trying to. I went out there. I forgot. I think I landed in. I was in Singapore and I had on like a shirt and jeans, and I'm being looked at like I'm crazy because it's 90 degrees. It's I always say I don't know how anybody fought a war in that country. The terrain, the weather is nuts. So please dress comfortably. Everybody else has on flip flops, shorts, and a t-shirt. I wouldn't go to certain traditional places like that. Like a lot of places in Thailand, you have to cover up, take off your shoes and cover up your head or cover up your shoulders. So just make sure when you're going into museums or just observe the way they dress. But if you're walking around, t-shirts, flip-flops, or just sneakers, tennis shoes, whatever you call them, and shorts, modest. Don't don't bring attention to yourself. Again, if you're tall, they'll already see you. You black, they'll see you. You start speaking and know you're American, all of a sudden the $8 t-shirt is now 11. So be modest. Trust me, people see you and know you. There's no need to make a fool of yourself. And you're setting a bad example for any other brother that wants to come out there. Because if I don't know any black people and the first black man I see is IP dressing the way you just described, then I can say, oh yes, they dress like this because TV we represented like fools and IP came over dressed like a fool. So they gotta be fools.
Oh man, classic facts. I know pants sagging too, brothers. Any brother doing that pants sagging nonsense, stop. All right, it's weird and it's just nonsense. Okay, stop
But see,
dressing like that.
that's the thing, though. IP. A lot of those stereotypes, you said the pants sagging and the gang member and everything like that. Brothers who travel aren't really even involved in that anyway, because traveling isn't cheap. I know we keep hearing the broke and the dusty thing traveling for it's not cheap. At minimum, I've seen a round trip to Thailand. The cheapest I've seen is like $700. Most Americans don't have $500 for savings. And if you travel the way I travel, or if you tend to want to travel better, it is not cheap to travel. It's especially plane tickets are going up. So don't let nobody fool you talking about it's cheap.
Yep. Facts. And brothers, that's why get into IT, join the Patreon Diamond tier, have the one-to-one consultations regarding IT with me. IT will help definitely fund your travels. It's flexible. You can remote work anywhere around the world. Okay. If you're serious about traveling, join the Patreon Diamond tier. John Thomas Demihan, can you post a link in the live stream chat on my Patreon? Join the Diamond tier and let's have that one-to-one IT consultation. All right. I had calls all this week. I had calls regarding IT on the Patreon. Brothers are joining the Patreon in massive droves. Okay, they want to get into IT. I am mentoring them. If you're interested in IT, join ASAP. Okay, because it's going to be very full, but I've still got space in my schedule to get more students in. Join the Patreon Diamond too. Okay, let's get you brothers out there. Awesome. So next question for you, brother, is okay. Apart from Ho Chi Minh, are there any other cities that you heard that the woman in Vietnam checked for brothers heavy? Any other cities, brother, in Vietnam?
No, okay. I didn't. I was busy just running around, taking 4 showers a day in Vietnam. And the country is absolutely gorgeous. The city, Ho Chi Minh is bustling. There's always something going on. Malls pop up everywhere. I didn't really check for any other cities like I was doing in Cambodia when I ran around. I should have, but I had to be in Thailand by
No problem,
October.
bro.
So
thank you, bro. So next question, brother, is what's the ratio of women to men in Vietnam? Is it more women than men, more men than women, or is it 50-50? From what you saw?
More, I personally see more women.
Wonderful.
Because what I was doing, the hotel, going out to eat, those lines of work tend to be more female dominated in America and over there because the gender roles are a little more strict over there. So yes, there are men who are servers and everything like that, but the business side of it tends to be left to the men. So you will see many male managers, and the people cleaning the rooms and the people inviting you into the hotel and things like that are females. So I would say more females,
Wonderful.
because they know that I mean, if someone's going to invite you into a hotel or, you have to spend money, it's always easier to get someone to spend money when a pretty face is telling them. So
Yeah.
nobody wants to see a Vietnamese guy when they could see a 25-year-old who's smiling at them and looking great. So all of my hotel uh, managers and the ladies checking me in, they were, yes.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Next question for you, brother. Did you experience any racism out there? Any N-word use said towards you or N-word said by Vietnamese people and during rap songs or in general? Did you hear any racism at all towards you and in general, brother, the N-word use?
No, there isn't. I didn't hear that. Um, Part of it is because when you're a tourist and tourism is a big part of your economy, they don't want any bad word getting out. They want more people to come over there. And if word is getting around that the Vietnamese are extremely racist toward black people, that's, they watch YouTube like the rest of us. And, there's all of these videos of safest countries to go to as a black person, which I think is crap. Um, Although I understand where they're coming from, I would advise everybody to travel exactly where you want to. Uh, but I didn't experience any racism. The people were nice when I went to spend my money. Also, that had a lot to do with where I went. I personally, and I would advise, if you can afford it, treat yourself like a king when you get over there. I stayed in nothing, minimum 4-star hotel, but most of them were 5-star hotels because it's so much cheaper, especially Cambodia. So people are going to be nice to you if your meal is $5 and you tip them $4. Like everybody's smiling at you. So if they didn't like black people, they sure enough hit it for me pretty well. So
Awesome.
Everybody was nice.
So are you expected to tip? I know in our Cambodian stream last week you were saying, you maybe it's your personal principle, right? When you're out there in these countries where it's poorer than the US, you tip a lot more. Is that what you also did in Vietnam, bro? Did you have that same
Yes.
mentality to tip? Okay.
Yeah, I tipped way more than, whatever the meal. If the meal is great and it filled me up, I'm tipping no matter what. If it's cheaper, then my tip would seem bigger. I tipped heavy in Vietnam because because in America we get so little that costs so much, and when you get good food that costs so little, like you're looking at it like, should I be paying $5 for this? Like, should I be paying $2.50? Like I ate really well. Like in Singapore, there's hawker centers, and you run through each stall and you eat noodles with pork, and it's just awesome. And you're like, wait a minute, I paid $3 for this. Like, did I rip them off? So when they bring the bill and it's like $3 because you did the conversion on your phone, and you're like, $3. All right, here's 6. Like, just take 6 because I feel bad that you cooked something this good and charge me this little.
Nice one, bro. All right, next question, brother, is any dangers? Actually, no, before I answer that question, let me read the super chats real quick. Hold on. Before I ask that question, shout out to my mod, Mr. John Thomas, for the £1.72 cash app. Appreciate you both for supporting, man. Thank you, brother. It means a lot to me. Every pound counts, every dollar counts. A lot of hard work goes on this channel, man. It's tiring, but I won't stop until I get all you brothers out there living the lives you want to live. Thanks for the shows and information. No problem, John Thomas. I appreciate you for being a great mod. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant for the £8.62 cash app. Thank you, bro, for the support. It says, hi, IP. Blessings, brother. Sending love and support. Thank you, bro, for the kind words and the support. As always, Conrad Grant, Hall of Fame member, always supports me. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Mr. Warlock for the $4.99 super chat. Former co-worker of the guest speaker at CMP. What's CMP, bro? Been trying to contact you. Log into your Facebook, bro. I'm on my Facebook, bro. Try and send me a DM on Facebook and let me know your Warlock, and I'll get back to you. But I don't know what CMP is, so if you could put that
It's
in.
it's a coworker of mine.
Oh, okay.
I just named in the chat where we used to work, and he said yes. So I told him, I said I haven't been on Facebook in over 2 years because once I came
Ah,
back from Southeast Asia, I downloaded all my pics and I got off Facebook. So I haven't had a Facebook page in years.
okay.
Um, so that must be somebody that knows me from an old job. So look at IP, putting friends in connections.
Wow, incredible. It's a small world, man. Thank you very much, Mr. Warnock. Hopefully you get through to our guest, Mr. Peabody. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant supporting, supporting me on the Cash App, now supporting me on the super chats. That's wonderful, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you a lot, Conrad Grant. Thank you both for the support. Brothers, please support me, support the movement, hit the Cash App and super chats. He says, thank you very much for the $10 Conrad grant. Good evening, IP. Hello, fam. This brother dropping serious intel on Vietnamese woman. Great stream, brothers. Seriously, IP. Seriously, IP. Invest time to make connections to get this guy's man support. Yes, indeed, man. A lot of time and during the weekday, a lot of time and effort goes into reaching out to people to set up these streams. To come on the channel. Tomorrow we have the South Korean and we have the black man interview. And that took a long time to set up, man. So brothers, a lot of hard work goes on this channel to get you brothers out there. So any donations you have for me, I would greatly appreciate. Okay, all right, thank you, bro. Awesome. So my next question, brother, is let's go. Any dangers to be aware of in Vietnam that we should be cautious of when we're out there?
Um, Dangers. Oh yes, this was one big one. I experienced this in Cambodia. Well, in all of the Southeast Asian places. So in most of the Southeast Asian countries, they don't have street lights. So you will spend up to 10 minutes trying to cross the street. I've done it in Siem Reap. Uh, be very careful when crossing the streets. They have street lights in the parts where there are more money, more developed parts of the city. But generally speaking, a lot of places, I went through a video the other day I had on my phone and seen an accident because I think Thailand rules has like they're number one in road accidents and road deaths in the world. So please be careful when crossing the streets, walking down the sidewalk because they'll hop on the sidewalk with their motorbike just to go where they need to go. Or you'll see some of them going the opposite way. So be very careful. Observe the traditions. If it says don't touch, don't touch. If ask when you go to certain traditional sites, could you take a picture? Many places say no photography, do not take a picture. They're very serious about their history and where they come from. So again, you cannot ask for traditionalism and get a little bit of it. You're going to get all of it. As far as one thing that I would say is when you're taking pictures on your phone, don't stand on the side of the street. I said it last week and I'll say it this week with using Vietnam. You cannot stand on the side of the street, get your phone snatched by two Vietnamese on a motorbike in Vietnam, then go to the Vietnamese police station and tell them you're looking for two Vietnamese people. It doesn't work like that. You hold your phone, you're taking pictures, stay a little further in and be aware of where you're leaving stuff. Don't just say, oh, this is such a nice country that's so relaxed. I'm going to go over here and get my water. You don't know if one of those brothers been trailing you for the last hour. They know that you American. You got something on you. If you don't have your passport, you got something on you worth your phone. And when it comes to survival, if that person got to eat, I'm taking your phone. Or I'm taking your credit card. Because you have provisions in your country that will allow you to get another credit card or still spend money. I may not have that. The grid ain't set up like that over here in Phnom Penh or Ho Chi Minh. So I'm snatching your stuff. I'm using it to get what I need to get before you call the credit company to shut it down. So please make sure you don't stand at the tip of the street trying to take pictures of the traffic like I did, because they'll snatch your phone and they'll keep going. I would say don't, if any official offers you money or women, don't take it. I was offered a girl, like I said last week, by a Cambodian official before I even got in Cambodia. I turned it down flat. It could be a setup because they know that a lot of people are over there for that sort of tourism. Don't allow anybody to say, hey, you want girl? Say no. If you're going to find a girl, if you're over there for that, maybe your best bet is to ask an American or go where there's enough women where you may be able to ear hustle that women over there do that in that area. But don't don't do that. Don't act. Don't take nothing from no official. Uh, carry a copy of your passport. Yeah, carry a copy of your passport. Also, if you because you're not from there. My cousin actually told me this story. She went to Thailand, and it's relatively the same in Vietnam. You don't speak the language. You don't want to go to Vietnamese jail. You don't want to get kicked out the country. They know that your money is worth more than theirs. If you go into a place or the cops stop you, again, have a copy of your passport. They may say, "Oh, well, we need." For example, you rent a motorbike. They need to hold your passport. You get stopped, they say, well, we need your passport. And you know that they know the laws. You're gonna have to give up the money, or they're gonna arrest you, or maybe kick you out, or something like that. They may ask for something small, because a lot of those, they do have a lot of corruption over there. That's a real talk. So they may say, give me something like whatever's $5 American or even $20 American. You come over there, they know that you stand in a 5-star, Mr. Peabody, because you done told everybody. She done called her brother that works. Her brother's a cop. Now all of a sudden you get stopped by the brother of the woman you work in a hotel with, you stay in a hotel with. He says, give me $50 American, which to them is more money. And you just say, screw it. I'll give it to them. So be aware of your surroundings. If you're from New York, have your spidey senses. Don't leave your drink open, especially if you're with a woman in a bar. Go out with as very little as possible. Don't go, because the Vietnamese dong is weird. Like things will cost a certain amount, and you'll go to the ATM, and because we're American, if you hear the word 2 million, you think, oh, that's a lot of money. But I constantly carried around 2-3 million Vietnamese dong because I knew I was going shopping and I just didn't want to deal with penny pinching. So you'll go to the ATM and get out 3 million dong. And don't keep all that money with you. If you know you're just going to grab lunch, take out what the lunch is. More than likely, they'll have a thing that has credit cards. So you'll just be able to have your credit card and tap or whatever like that, or use Google Pay.
Wow. This brother broke it down to an absolute T. Thank you, bro. Next question for you, brother, is should brothers travel alone or in a group to Vietnam, and tell us why?
You're safe traveling alone. You don't really have to, you don't have to worry about, you obey the customs. They're used to seeing tourists over there. You don't really have anything to worry about. So you can travel by yourself. I've done all of those countries that I named by myself because, again, personally, I don't like traveling with people because people don't travel like me. People are afraid to go and talk. I don't do none of that. I immerse myself in the culture when I go. So I talk to everyone. And you will be safe there. You don't have to worry about, the normal jackings that happen for a tourist. YouTube the videos, 10 things not to do when in Vietnam, or 9 customs I should obey, or something like that. But yeah, you're safe by yourself. You're very safe. And you want to go with other people? Okay, that's good too. But you're safe going by yourself.
Fantastic. That's what I want to hear. Thank you, bro. Shout out to my mod Thomas for quarantining the troll. Good one, Thomas. Don't know what she's doing here, but these trolls, again, they want to stop brothers from traveling and living great lives. We are done with you, Keishas, you Beckys in the West. We're done with you. So, Leave us alone. Shout out to Mr. Irregular Data for the $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, bro. Where is the Cambodia stream IP? I'll be dropping that in the coming days. Please be patient with me, brothers. Still working on something on the stream, but I'll be coming back on the channel, on the YouTube channel, in the coming days. Okay. So thank you for the support, Irregular Data, and I'll get that on the channel as soon as possible, ASAP. Not too far away, bro. Shout out to Mr. CR for the $5 super chat. Happened upon your channel moments ago. Okay, welcome, brother, to the channel. I accept you and I embrace you with open arms. Been traveling since 2007. Met my match in DR. Awesome, brother. Reach out to me on IG, Mr. CR. Let's talk about your travel adventures, and I can see if we can bring you on the channel if you're interested, brother. Okay. So welcome, CR. Appreciate you, bro. Fantastic, fantastic. Mr. Peabody, we did it again, bro. Just as classic as the Cambodian stream. I want to say thank you, bro, for dropping intel for brothers. I will open up the phone lines, okay, to get brothers in, okay. So, brothers, please be respectful to our guests. If you can't call in, brothers, you must cash app and super chat your questions. So, while I do that, while the guest takes a quick 2-minute break, brothers, please subscribe to my new channel. I've told you, brothers, I am traveling soon. Okay, I'm setting plans for it. I'll be posting vlogs on my new channel, and of course, I'll be taking clips from this channel and posting it on the new channel as well. Okay, we're going to do it big. Okay, so subscribe to my new channel. Fantastic. I'm also on the Patreon, so please join the Patreon diamond tier. I dropped the explicit version for German women and Estonian women this week, okay, at once, and it's popping, man. Brothers are surprised how freaky German women are in the bedroom, man. Especially the story that the brother told us in the Patreon is too explicit for YouTube, man. Only on the Patreon, go and watch the German and Estonian explicit version intel, okay, on the woman in what's it called, in in those respective countries on the Patreon diamond tier, okay. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM on Instagram. I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to come on the channel to share your travel experience, if you want to speak to me more about the Patreon diamond tier offers, I'm here for you. So please follow me on Instagram and send me a DM on there. As I am traveling again very soon, make sure you follow me on Twitter, okay? And of course, I'll be posting updates on the channel, videos, my thoughts on the Twitter. So do that as well, brothers. If you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Awesome. Here's a link to my Facebook group. Special announcement: you must be a part of the Patreon Diamond tier to get accepted in the Patreon group. And of course, when you're on the Patreon Diamond tier, you get access to our high value mail Discord server. Okay, you find Thomas on there, you find John Thomas on there, and many other high value black men in a Discord server where we discuss many things. Okay, on there, finances, traveling, foreign women, stocks, crypto. It's all on the Discord server. Okay, and you get access to that by the Patreon. Okay, fantastic. And of course, brothers, please support me by the Cash App. The Cash App is open 24/7. YouTube takes a 40% cut of each and every super chat, and that's quite a lot. Okay, so if you donated $20, YouTube takes a 40% cut, which is around 18, which is around $8. Cash App doesn't take any cut, so if you can, please support me by the Cash App. If you can't do so, the super chats are fine. Just support me financially in any shape or form, okay? Just support me, okay? Thank you, brothers. So let me open up the phone lines. Please be respectful to our guests. Any disrespect will result in punishment, okay? We're all adults here. So call in and let's get it popping, man. Let's get it, man. Okay. Call in, brothers. Let me pin that to the live stream chat. I'm looking forward to seeing you brothers tomorrow for the South Korean woman interview. Okay, that should be a classic, man. Okay, that should be a classic. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, brother. Hey, get some water, brother. Get some food. Okay, if you're hungry. And have a
No,
good
I'm
time.
good.
Okay. All right, Chris Rock. Sorry, bro. He's dropped off. He'll be back soon. Um, Aussie chicks, New Zealand chicks, Koreans. What country is that? Where's the brother at, man? I think he's dropped off. Sorry, brothers. I think he's dropped off. Give me a second. Let me reach out to him. Where is he? Okay, hold on, brothers. He dropped off. Okay, he'll be back. He'll be back now, brothers. Okay. All right, he's trying to get in. All right, brothers. Classic live stream. Classic. We did it again. Okay, we did it again. And make sure you check out my latest video I dropped yesterday. The Latina woman one. That's a great one as well. I will never let you brothers down. You know, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's stream, and I hope this stream was very insightful. You know, the intel, you only come here, okay? You know, give me my props, brothers, okay? You know, 8 years, 9 years doing this. You're going to see a lot of people in this space trying to do what I do, but they can never be international passport, okay? You know, I am one of the OGs of traveling on this space, man. All right. I remember when I created this channel in 2013, 2014, no one cared about traveling. Everyone was still dating Becky, still dating Keisha. 2022 is changing. So remember me, brothers, okay? Remember what I've done for the community. I am literally one of the OGs of this passport space. All right. The original passport bro. Let me bring in Mr. Peabody. What's going on, Peabody? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm so sorry. I pressed the wrong button.
No worries, brother. No worries. All right, so brothers, call in. If you have any questions, if you can't call in, please cash up and super chat your questions. Okay. If no one calls in the next 5-10 minutes, I will end the call early. Okay. We got to be conscious of our guest time. Okay. So call in, brothers. Call in. Shout out to Mr. CR for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bro, for the support. Means a lot to me, brother. And welcome again to the channel. I embrace you and welcome you open arms, brother. Okay. Awesome, bro. Fantastic. Okay.
Um, hey, can you hear me, IP?
I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
Yes. So, I just wanted to tell brothers it's also the easiest way when you travel to these countries just to make connections, to make friends. You know, if someone doesn't have Facebook, or if you're doing something and you make a friend, or you trying to learn English, or they trying to learn English, just your general conversations, I can guarantee you they at least have Facebook. So I made a South Korean friend in Cambodia ziplining. So if you go out there to do activities catered toward tourists, remember, tourism isn't just American tourists. There's Chinese, there's South Korean, there's all these other people that travel through the world. So get somebody's Facebook, maybe you can make a business connect, and that's how you make friends. So now when I go to South Korea, I can hit up the guy and he can show me around.
Awesome. Yes, definitely agree with that. Thank you, bro. Awesome. Awesome. All right, brothers, call in, man. Don't be shy. We don't bite. We're not Dracula. We're not vampires. Okay. Call in, brothers. Ask your questions, fire away. If you can't call in, please cash app and super chat your questions. That'd be greatly appreciated, brothers. Shout out to Mr. Shout out to Mr. LJ 365 for the $20 super chat. Thank you for the kind donation, bro. That means a lot to me, brother. Okay. That means a lot to me. A great deal. Okay. Thank you, bro. I pray that your channel will blow up soon. I think this will happen when you travel. Bless up. Thank you for the kind words, bro. Damn. Thank you, bro. Um, almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. You know, I've been pushing out this intel, man. And I ain't gonna stop anytime soon. I'm gonna still drop the intel. I'm gonna still do what I can to get high value guests on this channel. So, Mr. LJ365, thank you again for the kind words and the super chat. Yeah, let's hope the channel blows up and let's get more brothers out there. Let's get brothers to see that there's more. There's more to there's more to black women than dating Keisha. Okay, you ain't got to date Keisha no more. You ain't got to date Sharkeisha. You ain't got to date Shaniqua. You ain't got to date Sonia. You ain't got to date you know um some of these crazy names you hear in America or in the UK. Okay, if you're into black woman, make that trip to South America. The black woman in Brazil, in Colombia, in all these countries they're checking for brothers, man. You know, if you're into Asian women, make that trip to Japan, South Korea, you know, Cambodia, Vietnam. The world is your oyster, brothers, man. Just get that passport and it's all gonna be good. So anyone that's trying to tell you that traveling's bad, don't travel, blah blah blah. Don't listen to them. Let them date Keisha, all right? Let them date Shaniqua and all that nonsense. You have to make that trip abroad, no matter what. Trust me, it's a different dynamic when you go abroad. The grass is simply greener on the other side. This ain't no cap. I've got over 200 videos on my channel. You have seen brothers with their Peruvian girlfriend, with their South Korean girlfriend, with their Colombian girlfriend, with their Latvian girlfriend on my channel, brothers. So how can we lie to you, brothers? How can we cap to you? All right. So anyone that's spreading nonsense about the passport bros and the passport movement, they ain't got a damn thing. They don't know a damn thing about what happens abroad. They can stay in America and they can suffer and rot there. Okay? Keep the absolute animals. Shout out to Thomas Demi here. Now that's my superstar mod. All right, let me bring in Mr. BA. Joel Kirk, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll quickly, brother, for a couple of seconds, and you can turn it off after. Thank you, bro. You're a brother. Thank you, bro. Turn it off. BA, I saw you earlier on, so that's good, brother. I'm gonna bring you in now, BA. Awesome. Let's get it popping, man. Let me bring in Mr. BA. How you doing, brother? You okay?
What's going on, bro? How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling good, brother. I'm feeling great. Feeling wonderful. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm a former coworker of the guest speaker.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Awesome,
crazy that
man.
we be back in contact. It's crazy.
Damn. That's crazy, bro. So you're on mute there, Peabody. Sorry, bro. Damn, brother.
Oh,
Your former
I can hear you.
co-worker.
Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Testing,
I can
testing.
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bro. What's good with you? Long time no see. Let's
I was
speak.
trying
What's
to. I
going
don't
on?
know who this is.
This is. I was with Wilson.
I don't even know who that name. I can't remember that name. Were you a guard or were you?
Yeah, I was a guard. Bro.
Damn.
Is this
Wonderful. So
is
I,
this
I know this.
Brian?
I
Yeah,
know
it's
this room
Brian,
is
bro.
great, brothers.
Oh, I knew it sounded familiar.
What's
I
going
know. I
on?
know this is a beautiful
I'm good,
reunion.
man. I'm good. What's up, man? I'm gonna when you hit me on Instagram, I'll give you my what's the name, but I'll give you my number. But what's up with the question? What's up?
Yeah, the question is if you had any intel on Philippines, the Philippines. I was
Nah,
interested in going
nah.
Um.
there.
That's the
So
brother.
hold on, bro. Hold on, Peabody. Sorry, bro. BA, if you can keep it about Vietnamese women
Oh,
only,
my
so we
bad,
can
bro.
keep on
My
track.
bad.
Yeah. We do have intel on the channel regarding Philippines. We got to
Oh,
keep it on
okay.
Vietnamese women. Okay. Just keep it about Vietnamese women. Okay.
Got you. Yeah, I don't really have anything on Vietnam, but look at what IP's channel has done, reunions and
Yeah,
everything else. So this is
yeah.
great
So I'll definitely I'll hit you up, man. I'm still in the weight room.
for sure. We're gonna get it in.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. It was great hearing from you. I'm glad you're all right.
All right, man. Later.
All right.
All right. Thank you, BA. Appreciate you both for calling in. Thank you, brother. Let me bring in Mr. Peabody. I'm hearing feedback.
No, I'm right here, man. I haven't moved my phone or anything.
Okay, now much better now. Let me bring in Mr. Joel. What was that? Boom, 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 boom. I'm hearing feedback, bro. I'm on loudspeaker.
Yeah, you're on loudspeaker because I tried to put you. Because you know what? Let me take you off because I was holding my phone before. Let's see. Settings, audio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, much better, bro. It's gone now. Fantastic. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Let me bring in Mr. Joel Kirk. What's up, Joel? How you doing, bro? Hey, Joel. You okay, brother? Joel, Mr. Joel Kirk. Can you hear me, bro? Huh.
I see his picture.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him, Peabody?
I can hear you.
Okay, it must be our guest then. Hold on, let me double check. Joel, do you mind dropping off and calling back in, please, bro? There's got to be an audio issue on your end connection. I'm hearing feedback again from you, Peabody.
From me. You hear it?
Yes.
I'm literally sitting right here with the phone.
What have you done differently? Oh no, it's gone now. It's gone now. Okay, that's
okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, so keep it as that, bro. So stop lifting weights.
Can't do that, man. I'm in a weight room all day, every day.
Come on, bro. I mean, you know, spend some time for the IP channel to not lift weights, man. You know, we need you both at your full capacity. You know, not being distracted by lifting bicep curls and tricep curls. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, Thomas is gonna call in soon. Wonderful, brothers. Call in, man. Don't be shy. We don't bite. I appreciate you, bros. Please call in. Okay, call in, brothers. Get the likes up too, and of course support the movement. Classic, man. Classic.
I mean, if they don't really have any, huh?
No. Sorry, I think there's one more caller calling in, Thomas.
Okay.
If no one else calls in after him, we'll end the stream. Okay, bro?
Okay, no problem. It was a good stream.
Classic. So we'll wait for Thomas. Give him a minute or two, and yeah, fantastic. So what are you working out today, bro?
Working out? Oh no. I did 3 days in the gym. I'm giving my body a rest today.
Okay, awesome.
I normally do 1 day off, 1 day on. I can't, I can't be doing nothing like these young folks out here going 7 days in a week, man. I got to give my body a rest.
Okay, thank you, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Johnny Walker. I see you, Thomas. Johnny just got in before you, bro. If you turn your camera off or you can leave it on, it's up to you, brother. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you, bro. All right, turn off your camera. Let me bring in Mr. Johnny Walker. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, bro?
Hey, IP, how are you? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro.
Awesome. I think I forgot the guest's name. I know he goes by OCGM, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you can call him, okay, Peabody or OCGM. Which one is preferable to you, bro?
Yeah, which one do you prefer?
You could just say the guest or Mr. Peabody's, because nobody really calls me Peabody but my mother.
Mr. Peabody, OCGM. Okay.
OCGM is better, yeah.
OCGM. Well, first off, thanks for coming on IP's channel and giving your insights and sharing your experiences with us about Vietnam. Appreciate it. I watched last week's I think it was the Cambodian stream, and you dealing out the details on that country as well. So from what I've gathered, you've been to Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Singapore, correct?
And Laos, yes, sir.
And Laos. So
and Malaysia.
Oh wow. So yeah, you've been all over Southeast Asia, it seems like. So if you had to rank those countries in terms of I guess the number of traditional women that are I guess available, that are marriageable, if you had to rank them from the country with the most marriageable women, I guess, to the country with the least marriageable women, would you put, like, I guess, Singapore at the bottom because they're like very they're relatively richer and more developed, whereas Cambodia would be closer to the top since it's still developing? Or is that incorrect?
To me, I would definitely I would put it that way, to me, because of the, seeing how societies develop over time and where they were compared to where they are. Certain norms don't stick anymore once they, women have rights and they have the right to work and everything like that. So certain things that would go in Cambodia now may not go in 50 years when Cambodian women, all work and all make their own money. They may not feel the same about marriage. We don't know. We just know about today. So I would definitely have to say you're correct in making that assessment, but that's my assessment of how Singapore was to me. Very expensive, beautiful, beautiful city. Transportation like crazy, but they were a little cold to me. Food was excellent, though. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of like modern day conveniences,
Definitely Singapore.
Offering more.
Definitely Singapore. Singapore is the airport is Changi Airport is top notch. But definitely modern conveniences, definitely Singapore. Very, very, very highly developed nation. Very industrious people working and very clean. Like, if you are a person that doesn't care in New York and you throw your gum wrappers and you don't spit, don't wave high, just definitely Singapore. Don't do nothing American in Singapore. See how Singaporeans go from their day to day, sit in the park and do that. You're going to be seen because you're taller or you're darker. So don't worry about that. But don't do nothing American in Singapore.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, so yeah, it seems like there's like this trade that like we'd have to be willing to take on or do. So like, if say someone were to expat to a Southeastern Asian country, if they wanted more modern conveniences, if they didn't want to, have to adjust too much from, like an American's way of living to someone living in Southeastern Asia, if they don't want to have to sacrifice that too much, they're better off going to like a place like Singapore, but then they're going to end up having to, I guess, compromise in the way of like the likelihood of finding feminine, traditional, cooperative, unmodernized woman is what it seems like.
Well, there you go, bro. You figured out the key to life: compromise. That's in everything. When you get married, when you get older, you got to compromise. You get older as a man, you know certain things about a woman, and you're good to go. But the compromise is there's less of what you want out there. You're not looking for just a run through like you did when you were 25. But when you were 25, you had all the youth and vigor to chase after them. Now you don't. And you do have to compromise. You can get a lot of modern day conveniences in smaller parts of Cambodia. Like you move into a high rise that goes up in Thailand. This is very well known. They build these high rises, and a lot of American males move over there when they're done and they're retiring. And you get all of these conveniences. You're gonna have to pay, but it's not everywhere. Like, the fact of the matter is like, oh man, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I want my Dunkin' Donuts. No, I stayed when I was in Thailand. First thing I did was find a gym, find a mall, and started food shopping. And when I went food shopping, first of all, you feel weird because I'm dark and short. And so I go over there and I'm a cereal head. So I go over there looking for cereal. I can't find cereal nowhere. I finally find the American aisle. Literally, this is what they said. The American stuff is in that section over there. The $2 cereal is $8.50 over there. So now you got what you want. You got the traditional woman. You got the cheap. Your rent is cheap. You got a 2-bedroom with a pool and a gym for $600, and a lady comes and cleans twice. But now your cereal is $8. So you go, well, I'll eat noodles. Well, how long does that last? You get tired of noodles after 2 weeks. You want a burger. You go to the place where they make burgers. Not that good. I want a burger from the way they used to make it in the American way. You find a spot they make it in America, they don't eat the way you do. They import all that crap. Now you paying all this extra money for a burger that would be cheaper back home. So now you got to weigh, is all of this worth it? And that's what drove me inevitably to come back home, because I looked at the fact that I got no bathtub, I got no oven, and I love to cook. And I had to pay more for an apartment when it's standard in America. I was tired of the heat, the language, all these little things you have to look at. And I was just like, at this point in my life, it's not worth it.
So expat is probably not the way for you.
No, not at that. Not when I was doing it 3 years ago. It wasn't something that I lay down and I looked at everything I do in America on a day-to-day basis, not the fact that, oh, it's just cheap and the women are traditional. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there. It's what do you do on a day-to-day basis? I tell people all the time, you seriously about doing an expat and you think your American mind can handle it, go stay over there for 30 days or 2 months if you have to. Go live over there and do nothing but Singaporean or Thai stuff. You'll see if you like it.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Johnny. Let me come back to you for another question. Okay, I got to go around Thomas and one other caller. Okay, Johnny?
Sure.
All right, thank you, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Thomas Demihin. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, bro?
Good midnight, bro. What's up?
I'm doing fantastic, bro.
I have feedback.
Yeah, Peabody, you hear feedback from you again, bro.
I'm sorry, I was just typing. I just used my keyboard to type a couple of letters in the chat. But I'll stop. I'm not moving now.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chris Rock. So I'm kidding, bro. I'm gonna stop calling you that.
It's all right. It's a joke. It's cool.
Welcome, bro. Hope you're well, brother. Do you have any questions for our guest, Thomas?
Sorry, I forgot the brother's name. What's the brother's name again? IP?
OCGM.
OCGM.
OCGM. All right, sorry, bro. So, brother, out of your travels to Southeast Asia, in your opinion, which group of women in Southeast Asia are the best women?
Just for question purposes, not trying to sound stereotypical. I didn't meet every single woman over there. What I liked the best, the mixture of modernity and traditionalism, Vietnamese. Vietnamese, because it seemed like what I wanted to do on a daily basis, how I wanted to interact with people and women, it had all the modernity of, or at least the comeuppance of Singapore, without the craziness and dog walking around ability of Cambodia. And it seemed to be like right in the middle. I know when I was over there, I think China and the US were going through their trade wars, and a lot of the ships were docked in Vietnam. The guy showed me, my hotel was along the Mekong Delta. So he showed me where all the ships were. And so it seemed like a nice mixture of, I don't have to wait, but I can still get traditionalism here. So that's what, that mixture, Vietnam.
Interesting. Brother, I hear feedback.
I'm sitting, I haven't moved.
Interesting. IP, this is interesting. I know. I see another brother who likes another group of Southeast Asian women. But IP, we know who's the top women in Southeast Asia, brother. I know it's not South Korean women, bro.
In Southeast Asia.
Yes.
It can't be Japanese women. It can't, because that's in East
Well,
Asia.
you know it's Japanese women, bro. I was waiting. I was waiting. Bro,
Put that I'll put it on my mute. I'll put it on my mute. Japanese women, that's in East Asia, bro.
What?
That's in East Asia, not Southeast Asia.
Okay, hold on. Southeast Asia.
Hey,
Wait.
bro, you should know this, Thomas.
Okay.
What's going on, bro?
It's midnight. Thursday, it's midnight. I'm a bit tired. Yeah, so East Asia. My bad.
Oh, Japanese. Oh, I don't know. After tomorrow's stream with the South Korean girlfriend, it could change, bro. You know, I'm actually leaning heavily towards South Korea recently. You know, I don't know what it is, bro. I mean, like, until we get like a Japanese woman on the channel with a boyfriend, I don't know, man. These South Korean chicks, there's something about them. Now we have Vietnamese women, and I definitely want to meet more Vietnamese women. You know, they're just something about them. They got that peanut butter brown skin. Some of them, they got slim bodies. I love that. You know, I love that a lot. I want to experience that. I want to touch that. I want to feel it. You know, I want to be intimate with it. I'm gonna keep it PG, but I want that caramel skin against my skin, brothers.
That cocoa butter sensation.
Facts, man.
Brother, this is maybe a broad question. All right.
Is it tied to Vietnamese women?
Yes.
Okay.
So, you see, Vietnamese women, have they been exposed to American culture? And what are their thoughts towards American culture?
You can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've been exposed to American culture, you know, Western culture forever. And you could just, I mean, if nobody knows anything, we all know the Vietnam War. So there was American culture right there. There's a great, and I watched this right when I got into the country. There's a great 11-part series on Vietnam, the Vietnam War, especially on YouTube. You should watch it. They definitely have been exposed to Western ideas, Western, you know, because even if it's not so much America, it may be French, but you know, it's all tied in. The idea of democracy, the idea of voting, the idea of having a say, the idea of women working, you know, classism, things like that, working hard, and well, that's not really American, but you get what I mean. So they're definitely exposed to Western ideas. You know, you go over Vietnam and they're, you know, blasting, I don't know, some rapper, Busta Rhymes, you know, or Jay-Z. You know, it's out there, you know. And if you go out there and they stereotype you for something, that means that they watch enough of it to where they know, okay, this dark guy looks like the other dark guy I seen on TV, and the other dark guy was playing basketball, so I want him on my team. So they definitely have been exposed. So but I will say this, what I'm saying in this chat in general, have your voice heard by you, because if they get it from the media, they're gonna think you play basketball, you're tall, and you can dunk or you can run. When you talk to them, talk to the cab driver, talk to the hotel manager, talk to the server, and find out. Tell them your story. Tell them where you're from. Tell them all of that stuff. You'd be surprised.
Interesting. So if I come in and I wear a suit, they'll instantly think, "Oh, I play basketball." Because
no. I don't know what the individual Vietnamese may think, but I'm saying the stereotypes of us over there. You gotta kind of think of it as, you know, like, what would you like? The example I always use is being younger and thinking every Asian person knew karate, because every time I seen a kung fu flick, I didn't know whether they were Japanese or Vietnamese or Chinese. They were just kung fuing everybody. So you can't be too mad when they think about you like that. But if you wear a suit, you're a black guy in a suit. You know, what are the stereotypes associated with suits? Money, business, well-to-do. You could play basketball, you could be a rapper, but now you're a black guy in a suit. So now I'm going to stereotype you as a guy in a suit.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas. Let me bring in another caller, Joel. I'll come back to you and Johnny later on for closing questions. Let me bring in Joel Kirk. Hey, Joel. How you doing, bro?
Hello. Am I coming in clearly?
Yes, loud and clear, bro.
Awesome.
Loud and clear. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Fantastic, bro. Welcome. Do you have any questions for our guests, Joel?
Just when I was hearing about Singapore, that had me thinking about my own travels over there. I was there in 2011 when I was studying at NUS for a study abroad for 6 months. I do want to tentatively revisit when I go back to Thailand, to Southeast Asia, I should say, go to Thailand for the first time, but I want to revisit Singapore when I go back there to Southeast Asia.
Are they checking for brothers in Singapore, the women?
I wasn't, I mean, I was interested in a couple, but they weren't really looking at me. I mean, I wouldn't say I really had any racism. Believe it or not, I think the more racial issues I had was from the US students, because they're just acting crazy.
Do you have any questions for our guest?
Well, I actually asked it a few minutes before with the filmmaking. With the filmmaking question. And I guess he was saying being with the American where there's more Westerners. I mean, I'm actually open to anywhere. So my question could be for any place in Asia. So let's say Vietnam, because I've noticed too that when I was renting a room from a Vietnamese family, they were using Western individuals for like educational materials. So let's say I'm a black dude that goes out to Vietnam and says, okay, this would be a question I would know because I'm more into film, but I'm just, curious as somebody who's actually been in Vietnam, where would I actually go? Like, would I go to, let's say, a TV outlet or some sort of, what do you call it? Taiwanese Film Commission, Taiwanese Film Commission. That's what the Vietnamese Film Commission, and let them know that, hey, here is what I want to do. Just for some ideas there.
Okay, hold on. If you have any questions for our guests, please super chat and catch up your question. So OCGM, please avoid answering questions on the live stream chat, brother. They must either call in or cash up or super chat their questions. So Legend, please make sure you call in next time or cash up or super chat your question. Okay, thank you, bro. Peabody, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so bro, did you hear his question, Joel?
Yeah, I did. So okay. Again, I don't really know anything about film, or I would say you sound like an intelligent guy, and you've traveled, so use your wits about making connections over there. Maybe if you're trying to get in, go where honestly, fam, I can't tell you. If you want to know where people are, and if you want to know where stuff in Vietnam is, and you don't want to feel like you're getting ripped off, then I would say go to where, again, repeating myself, where they're all Westerners, where they have more contact with Westerners, because then the language barrier won't be there. So they can tell you anything, and then you get there and you're overpaying. But maybe if you talk to Bob, who's been living in Vietnam for 15 years after the war, then he can hook you up with, oh, I know a guy because I've been in there, as opposed to who's this new black guy coming with new American money talking about film. I can at least take some of his money before he realizes I don't have nothing going on.
Yeah. That definitely is helpful because I get off the plane wondering who to talk to, or at least who to make some sort of connection. That is actually
make your connections before you leave the U.S. Don't go over there bareback. Don't go over there your first time. Like if it was me, if I could do it again, I would stay in. I probably would stay. I don't know how I would do it, but I would definitely stay over there longer in Thailand before I decided to live over there. Like this was a sort of a rash decision, maybe like 3-4 months made. Wasn't thought out too long. If I could do it again, I would say I'm going to stay in Thailand for 30 days or something like that, and then see how I like it. As opposed to saying I'm going to teach, I'm going to go over there, and then however it turns out is how it turns out. Because I wasn't prepared for not liking it.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you for your input. Thank you, IP.
No problem.
Thank you, Joel. Great questions there. Thank you.
No, I'm fine. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too, sir.
Awesome. So let me roll it back to Johnny Walker. If he has any last questions there for our guests, go on, Johnny.
I've got a couple, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So, in my experience, the further away you get from a metropolitan area, the more traditional women become.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't really apply in America anymore, I would say, in my opinion, my humble opinion. But I would imagine that trend somewhat holds true for some of the places that you've been to, OCGMs. Yes. So if I were to go out, say 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away from the capital of Vietnam, which I believe is Ho Chi Minh, I think. I would assume that the women get more traditional, but is it still relatively safe for a guy like me that's American and is going to stand out to be out there? I don't know if you ventured out that far or if you can comment on that.
I think the furthest I ventured out was when I went ziplining in Cambodia. My biggest things when I went out there was I was a history major in college, so I tackled every museum and every temple. Safety, I haven't heard anything about Americans because again, tourism is really big. I would bet that you would be safer going out there by yourself, but I would also state, give yourself every advantage on going out there. You would stand out, you're American, but if you know Vietnamese language, if you know any language then go out there. Like, don't try to come in. Think about it in America. You go to a certain part in America, and there's nothing but Crips. Are you really going to wear red? Are you really going to wear red out there? You're going to be like, you know what? I have to go out here to make this money. And everybody has on blue. I stand out because I'm 6'7" and I'm a white guy, or I'm an Asian guy, or I'm a black guy. Let me not wear red and wear blue and at least act my way through it, So give yourself every advantage when you go into these areas if you not feel that safe. If you're going to go out there, again, to balance I forgot the word I said earlier, but you have to compromise. You're going to go out there. Your bar for a traditional woman raises each mile you step outside Hanoi or Siem Reap or Bangkok, but maybe your safety, I don't know. So
it becomes a little more questionable, basically, is what you're saying. So
I'm sorry.
It becomes a little bit more questionable.
Yes.
So
because then the laws, there's no need to protect you like it would be in Bangkok. Like, what are you doing out there? Like, someone would ask that. Why are you out there? Oh, I was looking for a woman. Yeah, you found a little more than a woman.
And so when you were in Ho Chi Minh, you said a lot of people were on their phones.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of it reminded me because I watched a video the other day and a lot of people were just looking in their phones and you know, taking pictures of themselves and I guess whatever they were taking pictures of, chatting on Facebook.
But they're not so self-absorbed that they would be unreceptive to cold approach.
No.
Because it's like that.
You wouldn't go to a girl and she has her face in her phone because that's not the norm out there. You know, when you're talking to a person, you put down your phone, you give them eye contact, things like that. I can't say that for every single Vietnamese person, but from what I experienced, that traditionalism/conservatism is still there when it matters. You know, the manners of talking to somebody and giving them eye contact and things like that. Like you're not going to go to a Starbucks in Vietnam and find a girl behind the counter on her phone when there's no service.
Okay. And lady boys aren't a problem, right?
Is that it? Okay. Last question.
Oh, that's a big thing, definitely in Thailand. You know,
right. But I heard it was only an issue in Thailand, right? So it's not necessarily an issue in Vietnam, correct?
Let me ask you this. If I put a Thai and a Vietnamese in front of you, would you be able to tell the difference?
No.
Honestly.
Nope.
There you go. So how do you know what's the difference between a Thai and a Vietnamese ladyboy?
I wouldn't.
There you go. So
no.
So now you know it's a lady boy. You just can't tell. I'm in Vietnam now, so I don't have to worry about that. You can't tell a difference, bro. You don't speak the language. Trust me. Okay.
Awesome. Any more questions, Johnny? You have one more question?
No, I don't want to be greedy and hog the panel. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. Thomas, do you have any last questions, bro?
No. All good. Just be watching the live stream when I wake up tomorrow morning. But yeah, this has been a great live stream, IP. Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much for the kind words, Thomas. Johnny, I'll give you one last question, Johnny, but not on that particular topic we just discussed. I don't like speaking about those people on the channel. No.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know.
But I'll give you one last question, bro, because Thomas doesn't have any.
Okay, yeah. One last question I can think of. So I thought you raised a really good player. Oh wow! Can anyone else hear me?
I'll put him on mute.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. For some reason, I heard I was hearing feedback, but
hold on, Johnny. Must Travels. Call in, bro. I'll let in another caller. Call in Must Travels before I end the stream. Carry on, Johnny. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no problem. So OCGM, I thought you brought up a good point in that if someone really wants to expat, they should go and live in another country for 30 days and see if they can, adjust, right, and acclimate to the whole situation there. Let's say, someone goes. So let's say, you go and you live in Vietnam for 30 days, and so there's some things that you could adapt to, other things that would be a struggle. Given the rate at which you think they're developing, do you think that in 10, 15, 20 years, it could get quite comfortable for you as an American expat? If we're just talking about Vietnam, because they are developing.
Again, that also depends on the type of money you go over there with. Now, I know this is a Vietnam chat, and I spoke about Cambodia and all the other places. Like I said, my personal thing was, that's more personalized for you and what you want. So my big thing is, I love to go to the gym. Gyms are in all those buildings that have pools and everything because it's always so hot. After the gym, I may need to soak. The body ain't young no more. Now, there's no bathtubs out there in most of the apartments. But guess what? They do have them in these apartments, and it's more money. So if you're willing to pay for what you get naturally in America, you take stock of what you do every day for 30 days and go, could I transfer this over there and where can I go? And if you realize that, I don't need a bathtub. Oh, I'm good on eating, Vietnamese food every single day, or I'm good on cooking on the stovetop. I just need AC. You may be able to make it, but people tend to underestimate because we always get caught up on, oh, the rent's so low. You see 1,000 videos, Patsy, low rent and Vietnam, and then you forget you have Starbucks every single day for $5.50. And there's only a Starbucks in Ho Chi Minh, but because it's cheap, you chose to live 5 miles out and you didn't buy a scooter. Now how you get to your Starbucks every day? Oh, I'll do without it. You're lying. You have Dunkin' Donuts every day. You have these things that you do every day, these habits that we build up. And then you think, because we have a degree or we're open-minded, I'm going to just transfer my American life over there. I thought that, and I went over there and I was like, yo, this humidity, I hate this heat. Like, why is it hot all the time, every day? Like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that there's no tubs. I don't like the fact that there's no, there's definitely no stove because I love to cook. No, I don't like this. So, compromise.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Johnny Walker, for the support tonight, brother. Super chats and of course, coining, brother. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks, IP.
No problem, bro. Thomas, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Awesome, Thomas. Thank you very much, Thomas, for calling in, for being a great mod tonight, and for your support as always, Thomas. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, bro.
Always, bro.
Shout out to Kirk, who called in as well earlier on. Thank you, bro, for calling in and for your support tonight. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to all those who super chat and cash apps today. That was greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And of course, thanks to our guest, Mr. Peabody, for coming on the channel and dropping intel on Vietnamese women. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Peabody.
No problem.
Fantastic. So I'm going to end the stream in a minute or two. So brothers, again, the message is still there. Please get your passports. Please avoid, anyone, that's trying to discourage you from traveling. Okay, there's going to be a lot of lies, a lot of fabrications against the passport movement. People are angry that a certain group of men, namely intelligent black men, they're not putting up with leftovers anymore, bad woman, horrible woman anymore in the West, and they're seeking alternatives abroad. Okay, people don't want that. They want you to contribute to the simp economy in the West. Okay, they want the high value black men to get the leftovers when Tyrone's, Pookie, and Rares have ran through these nasty women. Okay, that will not be our destiny. That will not be our portion. Okay, get your passports. Okay, so white collar working black men, blue collar working black men, get your passports. Stop dealing with American women or English women or whatever Western chick. Okay, don't even smash her. Okay, there are only 4 words I want you to say to a Western woman: good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and goodbye. Nothing less, nothing more. Okay, keep away from them. Okay, don't go near them. Don't speak to them unless you certainly have to. Okay, the passport movement will only get bigger, and we're going to save you, brothers. Okay, so again, classic live stream. I will see you, brothers, tomorrow for the South Korean girlfriend live stream. Hope you brothers are all there. Hope I get a lot more support for that tomorrow as well. That's another late night for me. The South Korean time is 9 hours ahead, so another late night for me. So please support if you can. Even after the stream, feel free to send a cash app, man. Feel free to drop a cash app, anytime today before the stream, and feel free to what's it called? Support me any way you can by the Patreon and super chats. Before I end the stream, Mr. Peabody, Malaysian woman, you got experience with them, bro?
I again didn't get lucky over there. that wasn't my purpose when I was running through there. I guess I was going through something in life, and I just was traveling. But I interacted with them. I just stated I was just answering over here. There's a very high Muslim population in Malaysia, so a lot of the women are very traditional, and Muslim traditional. There's a difference between just wearing skirts and crossing your legs, and Muslim traditional is very different. So you will see a lot of people, and Malaysia is again another developing, beautiful country. Certain sectors like downtown Kuala Lumpur is where I stayed, and the Petronas Towers is beautiful and everything. And another hot country, because when I was over there, they were grazing the land to, I forgot the word they were using, but they were slash and burn. They were slashing and burning, and there was a lot of smog in Malaysia when I went over there. So it made it hotter because of the humidity. And it's, I think Malaysia is only a few degrees off the equator. So, but another beautiful country, and one I would tell anybody who's traveling to definitely go through and experience, because again, people want to know your story. So it's best that you tell them from your.
All right, brother, let me ask this right. And Malaysian women, are they checking for brothers from what you saw out there in Malaysia? Keep it very snappy and quickly before I end.
Again, they're checking for who's there. Okay. They're checking for who's there. You're a Westerner, you're always a Westerner before you're a black man.
Okay. Thank you, bro. I'll speak to you about that later on. Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. Peabody. Appreciate you, bro. So, brothers, again, great live stream. I will see you, brothers, tomorrow for the South Korean stream. Don't miss that. That should be a classic. Make sure you like the video, please. Make sure you hit the Cash App, the Super Chats, join the Patreon Diamond tier, and of course, support me any way I can. Any way you can. Sorry, that'd be greatly appreciated. Be safe. Get that passport, and if you're going through anything right now, just know that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So again, thanks to our guests, thanks to everyone who called in, and I will see you, brothers, on my next live stream. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, brothers.